Amarin Ragior has just told you this. What do you do?
Okay. I would. Amber would probably, stop the ship and go to the Wyld knots, get everyone together, all that fun stuff. And, inform them that, basically what Raidriar indicated, there's far realm energies below, and she's just gonna ask out of curiosity, does anyone know anything about the far realm?
It's the realm above the astral sea, isn't it?
Yes.
I don't know much about it.
It exists beyond the multiverse.
Beyond.
So it's on the outside. It's a place so abstract. It's got no use of concept. It's got no use for the concept of time, gravity, rationalism. It's made of madness, monstrosity.
Well, I suppose we should be on our toes for any sort of weirdness down there.
Yes.
It sounds a little bit like this Twixt. Aesop says, clearly not understanding what Amarin is saying.
Well, no. The far realm it's uninhabitable by most walks of life. It's, well, people like you and I couldn't live there. We would probably turn into something crazy. Lose our minds first, for sure, and then turn into something crazy.
Like an orc?
No. Like an orc with maybe a little more tentacles and eyeballs than what an orc usually has.
Oh, so like Chunk.
Chunk?
Amarin doesn't know who the fuck Chunk is.
Listen, before I came to the Twixt, my previous plane of existence was invaded, infected by the far realm. The energy from the far realm, at least, from this great old god. They called him the Maw, or his name was Oknethep. Everything that came into contact with this energy slowly became altered. Sorry guys, my voice. Sorry. Many started to worship this thing and started welcoming his breach into our reality so that he may devour it. That was his concept of learning, you see. To gain knowledge is to devour. And naturally, people started to learn about his dinner reservations into our plane, and they were either all for it and insane, or they were all against it and outnumbered. By using far realm energy, a few of the major corporations that ran the astral sea became more corrupt and even more powerful, and they were infected. And the deeper my crew and I went, the more we discovered, the more desperate we became for answers, for power against Oknethep. The more notorious our needs became as well. We wound up the most wanted criminals in the Astral Sea. Eventually, with some help from only a handful of rebelling factions, the crew and I led a successful infiltration into Oknethep.
Into the god?
Yes! It was... well... It wasn't... We had help, from... Well, that Kinku I was telling you about.
Oh, yes.
He was... Yes. We managed to go into Oknethep and come out alive. Well... some of us. I mean... There were many lives that were lost, and most of my crew were lost.
Sorry to hear that.
It's fine, but whatever is down there that's emitting this far realm energy must be eradicated. And if someone is truly down there that needs our help, if they are still capable of receiving help, then we have no time to lose.
Well, thank you for the information. It sounds like this is more dangerous than we previously thought.
Absolutely.
I described the Witchlight Marauder to her and ask if it's similar to Aknathep, if that's what it looked like.
Jason?
I would say that there are probably some similarities in the aberrant nature between the two. But Aknathep to you, Amron, seems on a scale far beyond anything you've ever known.
Okay. Alright. Basically, tell that to Rinkaz.
And on Rinkaz's end, you guys know that although aberrant in nature and certainly of more than likely alien of mind, that the Witchlight Marauders are a product of creation and were not naturally born from the Far Realm itself.
Yeah, they were like bioweapons.
Exactly.
Do we think that the Far Realm had an influence to affect the Wyrd? I mean, the Wyrd does very similar things. I mean, not as grotesque, I guess, but we've seen some strange transformations. Do we think they could be linked at all?
It may be up for us to discover.
I mean, I haven't seen too many things in the Twix worshipping Far Realm gods or doing crazy culty things. But that doesn't mean that they don't exist.
Well then, we should all be on our guard.
Yes, it's important that we keep our wits about us and try not to touch a lot of things we don't really know what they are.
Too late.
I'll try to keep 22 from eating anything.
I'll be cautious as well. Maybe just a couple jars of some stuff every now and then.
Yes, well, just as a reminder, it alters things. You know, tentacles, eyes, extra eyes. Just a warning.
That's quite a warning.
I mean, I wouldn't mind holding an extra blaster in my hand every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
And just think if you had extra eyes, no one would be able to sneak up on you. Aesop says sarcastically.
What a good idea.
Chills run down your spine, Amron.
Hong Kong. I mean, who needs an iron heart when you could have like 3 hearts?
That's
Well,
three times better than 1 heart. You'd have an extra to let me borrow.
Well, you could just get your own heart then.
Oh, yes.
With all this hearts, I feel a lot of love, but maybe we should share it with whatever's on that planet. Maybe they don't have much time.
Amron will tell Raid Rehar to get closer to the planet so we can get off.
Radriar turns and looks at the panels with arcane signatures in front of him, symbols that flash across the screen, and turns back, saying, "Well, I can't exactly assess the exact location of the energy signatures, but from what it seems here, I am picking up some type of structure down below. Perhaps you could investigate on foot."
Does it seem safe enough for us to breathe in?
Yes, it seems as though all planetoids of this size have a air bubble around them. You should be safe for the most part beyond the energies we picked up. Amron, please be careful.
Right, of course.
You see, as robotic and genius-like as Radriar and his various clones have been, there is a bit of a look of worry on his face, sharing a similar past with you.
both have PT. Both are right, just adorable. Okay, I would imagine... Amber would have probably wanted, like, everyone to be there for that. Like, Cregan, Tall Cat, and Little Baby Cat, and, Rayon and stuff, too. Just so they know, like, we ain't fucking around, you know?
Okay. We'll say that they were in the back, listening intently, Amron.
And before I leave the ship, I want to let the Wyld Knots know if they have any masks or goggles or anything that covers their face or in any way that they probably want to bring it just in case. And I also want to tell Radriar to, if there's a way to like lock the ship or whatever, the controls to it, so Cregan doesn't fuck us over or something.
I don't understand why everyone's so distrustful of Cregan.
I mean, he's a good guy. He's just, I don't trust him alone with my ship right now.
Don't trust most wanted criminals, do you?
Nah, that's
Odd choice.
Listen, Cregan has said things to me that just, I don't want him alone with my ship. That's all.
Fair enough. It's your ship.
It is my ship.
Well, Amron, Radriar says, I have eyes everywhere. Despite our mishap before, those creatures were of a undead variety. Cregan is not. I'll keep an eye on him.
Right, and let me know if anything weird gets on the ship again.
I certainly will. While the ship begins to lower, Rinkaz's brass bell comes to you.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like you're going down on this moon, huh?
The only thing going down.
It depends on what's on there first. I'm not gonna jump ship if there's a bunch of crazy crap on there. Why, what's up?
Well, be careful, of course, as always, but I also wanted to let you know I've been making progress on those scale pieces you gave me earlier.
Oh, what'd you find?
Well, looks like with a bit of work, perhaps once you get me back on Relic, I can use the tools that I got, provided no one schlubbed them off to anybody else. I'm thinking I can make you some nice scale mail using them. From what they look like, they may be able to absorb some electricity, too.
Let me check with the party. I'm pretty sure someone would be able to use it.
And I
That's pretty
figure if
amazing.
I'm able to get the tools back on Relica, which those are my babies practically, I can maybe even slot you in one of those gem slots you guys have on some of your gear.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Just wanted to let you know, honey. I got a surprise for you once we get back to Relica.
You talk about Relica a lot, but there's still a future in space.
She kind of grins and smiles. Maybe. But I need to check back home first.
Of course. It's the same thing we're feeling. We're trying to... I guess you could say that our ship is our home, so... we want to
And
get back there first as well.
future out off in space means that you gotta come back in one piece, all of you. Right?
Suppose so.
Well, after what she said, I don't know how many pieces. Maybe a few extra pieces.
I hope
Let's
not.
not think about that.
Glacé doesn't want to turn. I don't want to turn into an orc again, or have tentacles or eyeballs all over my body.
I look to Sun Kong and I make like a Zoidberg tentacle coming from my mouth and go, oh.
It improves your voice, Lasse.
What?
Tentacle coming out of your mouth will improve your voice.
Now, if anyone gets any tentacles, I'm certain I could surgically remove them. Let's go.
Alright, the ship begins to lower down. As it does, those of you who are near one of the portholes can see now on the surface of the moon what the various Radriars were mentioning. What looks to be some type of moon temple.
Ooh.
Do I see any gorillas?
You don't even need to make a perception check. You see no gorillas.
Darn.
You see a relatively decent-sized looking temple sat towards the side of what looks like a relatively sized crater that kind of pocket the moon here.
Who the hell would live here?
That's a good question.
Well, some deities represent the moon, but maybe a moon-worshipping religion?
Knowledge checks are always free.
I'm gonna wait till we have more information.
Sure.
Closer before doing that, I think.
You keep the Project 14 having some distance between the temple itself, sort of picking a relatively open, barren area that doesn't look particularly suspicious. We'll say like in the shadow towards one of the sides of the crater sides. And you guys head out and begin making your way towards this temple that you see in the distance. The air here is slightly stuffy, but still breathable. As you exit too, there is also a wash of a chill that hits each of you. It's pretty cold here.
Do we hear anything?
It is very silent.
Oh, well, that doesn't augur well for the inhabitants that were sending the distressed call.
As you near what you saw, Amryn, and more than likely relayed to the crew, you guys are making your way across the barren rocky landscape towards the temple, and you now see the letters written in common, help, in this luminescent glow. And as you get closer now, all of you see it was sort of like a makeshift creation of what looks like bioluminescent mushrooms that glow a soft blue.
Interesting. Were they planted? Were they planted here or just placed here into the letters?
It doesn't look like they're planted. It looks like someone purposefully plucked them and situated them in this way to signal off-world to someone passing by.
Can I make a nature check on them?
Sure.
Oh god, I always get really good nature checks on shit that's not important. It's a 21 on nature to identify this mushroom.
You have probably, you being an alchemist especially, seen this variety of mushroom before. They have some remedial purposes when grinded up and run through a couple different methods of turning them into a powder and sometimes paste. It takes a little bit of work, though. You couldn't just eat one of these mushrooms and be healed necessarily. But it seems like, I don't know, perhaps this temple maybe made use of them in some way to perhaps help those in need, maybe?
Does it look like, from his check, does it look like they're getting old and starting to rot, or does it look like they're fresh?
You wouldn't need a perception check, Aesop, as you're sort of looking it over. There's a glow to it, and it's visible from where your ship was. Most kind of in a large way, because it was sort of like a white rocky surface with these mushrooms on top. But now that you're closely inspecting it, Aesop and Gloss and Amryn, you guys kind of see that the glow of the luminescence is beginning to fade a little bit. Maybe they've been here for a while. Perhaps a few days, Aesop, from your check, due to the fading.
Yeah, we should make haste then.
Yeah.
Do you want to bring any with you?
I don't really want to, but if you want to bring them, if you want to take some. I don't think there's much use Aesop has for these mushrooms. I was just trying to learn more about them.
All right.
So you guys continue heading towards the temple ahead. You continue down, and now you sort of make your way on what looks like sort of a bit of a terraformed platform out of this rocky surface that they've made to kind of give the impression of cobblestone, sort of reminding you a little bit of any normal temple that you may find in a town or city. And you guys approach the temple.
Does it remind us of the people who were on Relica before, of the temple from Relica at all?
You could make a check if you'd like. You guys now find yourselves a couple yards away from what looks like a set of double-door entrances to the temple ahead of you. If you'll look over to the left side of the map.
A history check. Oof.
Damn.
What a waste of a history check. Okay. 19.
Glosse, with your check, this doesn't sort of have the architectural iconography of the stuff you see on Relica. However, this one does remind you of various dotted... I would imagine Glosse isn't huge on various religions out in the stars, necessarily.
No.
But you feel like you've seen this particular structural temple dotted through various places, not just in the Twix, but just throughout the various spheres that make up the multiverse, as you've sort of done a bit of traveling yourself in your fame of sort of being an idol. You may not know the particular religion, but it seems like it's not too out of the question for this to be situated on this moon. Perhaps a nice place for adventurers, or at least in the Twix wild knots such as yourselves, to stay, resupply, and get a bit of healing should they need to.
And can I do a religion check on the architecture and the statues and things?
Yes, you can, sure.
Don't let him do a religion check. Fuck him.
It's a 10.
And VT, with a 10, you, I would say, get about the same amount, at least from what you see outside here, would surmise the same amount that Glosse does with a 10.
Do we see any wreckage or any kind of struggle or anything broken or anything?
It's quiet here. One of the double doors made of wood that leads into the sort of like arced double doors that leads into the temple seems a bit cracked. Nothing looks out of place though. No broken windows from the two you can see sort of set up high up, maybe on what looks like a second floor. Everything looks okay. No items thrown or tossed about, at least from the entrance here that you see.
Okay, well, before we step forward, I want to do an Arcana check before we step, like, on the stairs or anything, checking for, I guess, well, let me do a perception check. Checking
Sure.
for traps.
Sure.
I got a 19 plus 8, so... no, not 8, I'm sorry. A 19 plus... I can't find my perception. Okay, I got a 20.
You guys see Amryn sort of take a step up and throw a hand up, you know, shooting her eyes from the sort of glare that emanates off of the reflective sun nearby that sort of hits the surface and gives everything that sort of powdery white glow of the surface of the moon. And she sort of studies Amryn. You don't really see any obvious traps or anything here. It looks like a typical temple that you religious in some nature.
Do we feel anything like magical happening right now? Any far realm magics or energies?
That's
Check.
to you guys with some checks.
Alright, that's a 24 for Arcana.
Yeah.
With a 24, Amron specifically, you do feel the very dull sense of a malicious arcane energy, but you cannot pinpoint its location.
Can I roll a stealth while they're like examining the front?
Sure.
That's a 14.
You sort of take cover in some of the shadows of the high architecture here and feel like you're relatively hidden.
I'm just gonna keep walking around here.
You guys see Iolana turn the corner and begin heading towards what looks like the back end of this temple.
Can I detect magic on the entry before we try and go in?
Sure. Yeah, knowledge checks are free. You can do whatever you'd like.
I'm just gonna go over to the edge so I can keep an eye on both entrances, or the entrance and Yolana.
Okay. Iolana, you kind of see Rinkaz backing up, kind of watching your back as he keeping an eye on both parties.
Okay. I just want to see if there's like any windows or anything we can see into.
You do notice the occasional window, like one sort of on this long wall that you're headed across, but it seems to be on the second floor.
Okay.
So a little high up for you to try and peer into.
Do I see or sense anything?
What was your total?
It just says at will, no.
Oh, you're just
magic within
detecting
30 feet.
magic?
Yeah.
How far is that? What's the range on it?
30 feet.
30 feet.
Blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, or 3 feet of wood.
With that in mind, you're...
Basically the doorway.
Yeah, you run a hand out, and a yellowish glow emanates from your hand, EVT. Your eyes glow a bit with a goldish hue, even more so than the typical usual from your pupils. Amron, you kind of see this. Invita, you don't sense any nearby magic. Or, as you can kind of see how the structure is made, at the very least, perhaps none that is here that isn't blocked by the stonework that makes up the temple.
I think it's safe to go in.
Oh. Let's give it a shot, I suppose.
What could go wrong?
Sun Kong says. I'm glad to have you back, Sun Kong.
I want to mention too. Does Nvidia's little dragon fly, or is it like?
You
Ground?
can ask him if you want.
Okay,
I
yeah.
mean, we'll say you've seen him fly.
It can
Dragonfly.
levitate, technically.
I'll mention that there are windows if he wants the dragon to look in first before we walk in.
We can do that.
That's a good idea.
Where are the windows?
Along there's none in the front, right, Jason? Just like along the sides.
Yeah, where you pinged at, that's where
Yeah.
we'll say there's one.
Don't do that.
I do share vision with it, so
Nice.
In VT, your eyes glow, and you begin to sense through Jira.
can I make a perception check, Jira?
Yeah, give me a
Anything that comes-
perception check as he begins to float up to the window to peer in. It's a bit of dim light within. Not technically dim light, but it's a little low lit inside.
I get advantage. Hang on.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, because he's a pseudo dragon. Yeah, he's got the same shit Aesop has technically. The advantage on sight and fucking shit.
Jira, as he peers in, Vita, you looking through the sights of him. It seems to be a raised platform if you'll zoom over to the right side of the map. There seems to be a crumpled looking, some type of animal pelt strewn across the ground, and you see what looks to be an empty flask and some type of figure, perhaps humanoid, with his back seemingly pushed up against the stone wall. A set of stairs that seems to lead up to this level, coming from the southern end. It seems to be a larger room, but because of the way this raised platform is, you looking through the window can't really see past it.
Can I make out the person that's inside?
You see that he seems to be bald, so he's sort of like leaning against the wall that you're looking through the window into, so you can tell that he's bald. He looks up and seemingly scratches what looks like to be a ratty beard, but you can't really make out any features because he sort of has his back turned towards you.
Okay. So someone is alive in there.
It looks to be the case, yeah.
What was he
Well, that's
doing?
good.
What was that?
What was the guy? What was the person doing? The guy that's alive? Did he
He's
seem panicked?
seemingly, you can't really tell his facial features. He has his back towards Jira. He's sort of like, Jira's like looking through the window, and then against the wall that the window is set on is this guy who has his back pushed against it. So you can't really see his facial features. He just seems to be leaned up. You can, he's like got like a leg lifted up with a knee high, and then the other one just kind of strewn out. Jira, you see him sort of pull the animal pelt kind of over his legs a little bit, kind of scratches at his face. Doesn't seem to be saying anything audible that you can hear. That's all you really get from this vantage point.
Should I try and contact the man inside?
You can do that by Jira. I mean, if you can do that, maybe see if he needs help.
I can.
Do it, yeah. That's great.
Well, then do it. What are you waiting for?
So, can I have Ira kind of get up against the glass and then prestidigitation, kind of draw attention to the glass?
Tell me how you do that.
So, Dragon will move up to the glass and then kind of create a whole bunch of flashing light patterns and kind of throw my voice saying, "Hello? Hello, can you hear us? Can you hear me?"
You see him scramble up to his feet as he turns your way towards the glass, seeing a freakish-looking dragon-like creature staring at him, Twilight Zone style, through the airplane window. You see him bellow a screech as he pulls a short sword out and grabs the animal pelt, throwing it against the window itself, blocking your view inside.
Did you say screech like
Wilhelm scream.
like an audible like male ah!
Oh, okay. Well, it doesn't sound like they're friendly. Amron, you mentioned some mind-altering effects of this far realm energy. Maybe he's under duress.
Can I peek inside?
Sure. You of course can peek inside.
Of course.
I don't like. Okay, what do I see?
Are you trying to be stealthy, or are you just like?
Yes, I'm trying to be stealthy.
All right, give me a stealth roll. Then.
Listen here, you fuck. Try to
You
be
know what?
I like stealth roll.
Oh.
Ooh.
I got a 4.
Amron, the one large arced door, you sort of, there's like one of those big brass like round handles that you sort of pull to open, and you try to pull the door, and it gives
nice.
an audible creak.
Oops.
But it gives you somewhat of a vantage point with it, and you're able to see. Here, I'm gonna reveal some areas here.
Ooh,
Fancy.
that looks like some sort of symbol.
You see what looks like a relatively open atrium. Two unlit, what do you call them? Candelabras? Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's the thing.
That sort of sit to the sides. What looks like farther towards the corners, Amron, some benches and what looks like some books on some shelves that sit towards the opposite ends of this larger atrium. In between it all seems to be a long hallway that leads off into the distance, although with you peeking you can only see so far up it.
Okay.
It seems there are two pedestals that sit at the sort of like ends of this long hallway that like ends in this atrium area. Perhaps offering plates of some type, you're unsure. You don't notice anyone or anything though. Looks pretty empty from what you see.
I'm gonna look back at, these three boiks right here, and I'm gonna open the door and I'll step inside.
All right, let's go.
You enter.
Oh, what is this symbol on the floor? I'm gonna make a religion check on this shit.
Sure.
Yep. That's not super great, but it's not terrible either. That's a 12.
Aesop, you peer down at this large key-like symbol dug into the stonework. It looks to be within the symbiology of sort of the top of the key itself. You can see what looks to be 7 stars on a black circular field. What was the total of your check? 19?
12.
Oh, 12?
Oh, Nvidi was 19.
Oh, and Vita, you were making a check as well?
Yeah.
Okay. I will say, Aesop, you're able to gather that this is certainly probably some type of common religion across the Twix that you spent time here, but you can't place the name. In VT, with your check, you're able to determine that this is the iconography of the Celestians, a religious group of wanderers who worship a being known as the Celestian, a traveler among the stars.
Oh, it sounds nice. Ringcast pulls his rifle out.
I will, Jason, again, check for traps.
Okay, sure.
Why are you so paranoid? This just seems like a nice temple.
That's 16.
Imran seems to be cautiously looking around. She sort of runs a hand against the basin of what looks like offering plates. Imran, from here that you can see, there seems to be a couple coins that sits in both of them, but not much. You peer around, sort of not really paying attention to the money so much as just trying to look out for traps. And with your check, do not notice any in this large open room here.
Okay.
A bit of the light from the outside pours in, and similar to how light coming through your blinds, you sort of see the pieces of debris sort of float through the shine as it comes in through the door.
I want to ready my bow.
Okay, you ready your bow.
Is this a door or a window?
That is a door in front of you, a wooden door.
Okay, I want to open it.
Open it.
I open it.
You open the wooden door and see a cornered walkway with some stairs that seems to lead up to a second level.
Alright, following her cue, I'll open these ones over here.
You open one door, it seems to lead to some type of storage room, although it looks pretty bare. quickly opening the other, you see, similar to Amron's, a door that leads up some stairs, and it kind of cuts a corner, so it looks like it leads up to the second story.
I see. Well, we'll keep that in mind. We have more to explore on this floor. Didn't mean for that to rhyme, it just kind of worked out that way.
Jason,
Yo,
get rid of it.
Jason, there's a spot up here too. Jason.
Trigger.
Right here, Jason. It's not this whole.
Literally
Jason.
unplayable.
Jason, my version is broken.
Kicking all of you out of here,
I didn't see anything.
except for you. After you made fun of me at the beginning of the session.
Yay!
Is Ilana
Um,
opening the door?
Yeah, is that a door?
It
It looks
is.
like a brown blob.
It is. The brown blobs are doors, yes.
Mm.
Do
Yeah,
you-
I'll open it ready with my readied bow.
You
Stealthily.
give me a stealth
Stealthy
check, then.
motherfucker.
That's a natty 20. on
Holy
top of
shit.
it. That'll make it a 30.
Jeez.
Oh my god.
Twice.
You press up against the wall near the door like SWAT style, and just using the side of your palm and what looks like just sort of like a expert thief manner, slowly open the door. It doesn't make a noise. Open it.
We ain't got expert anything here.
Wow.
Oh, there's food.
You peer around the corner and will see an open room, some crates in the corner, a shelf against the wall with what looks like various foods from this distance, a table at the far end with what looks like some stuff that was set up on the table food-wise, with a lone chair sitting there.
Can I tell what type of food this is? Like meat-wise and stuff?
As you get closer, you can see that it looks like various herbs and stuff, like edible stuff. You don't see a ton of meats, but as you peer onto the shelves, you can tell that a lot of it looks dried up and seems to have been so for some time.
Okay.
Like, none of
And
it's
this-
fresh. There's no smell of food in here. There's just a smell of sort of like a, like an empty house that's been this way for some time.
You said there's crates here. Does that just have food in it?
You peer through the slits of the crate and see packs of what looks to be maybe wrapped goods or rations, perhaps, of foods. Although you're not sure if they're good, seeing the rest of the food here seems to be past its date of edibility.
Yeah. Alright.
Well, what were they eating then?
No
Good
food.
question.
Clearly someone's still alive in here. The little dragon boy found that irritable man.
Maybe each other.
Cannibalism.
Sex.
These are supposed to be friendly people.
Didn't seem too friendly. Threw that bear rug at the window, like you said.
I'm gonna open this door.
Amron, you look down at this particular door. There seems to be a lock on it. However,
lock,
as
you say?
you eye the padlock, you notice there doesn't seem to be any keyhole.
Oh, so much for thieves' tools.
Mm,
There's two doors here. Is right. Yeah.
Ileona,
Two
the
door-
door on the other side seems to be not locked, similar to the others that you guys have opened thus far.
I've got a lockpick right here. I could shoot it.
nope. We can open this door.
Give me a perception check, Ileona.
Yeah, let's not make any
Okay.
unnecessary noise with the shooting.
Perception is a 14.
You hear some scuffing noises coming from within. The feet against the pavement.
Ooh, guess
It's-
that backs up.
Subtle, but you can hear it.
Isn't that where the window, where you guys were looking through?
Yeah, it looks like that's probably the general area. Except for it's on the second floor, and we're on the first floor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. I will try to extremely stealthily open this door.
Okay, since this is a new door, I'll say give me another stealth check.
Yeah.
Don't fuck it up.
21. Not a natural 20, but it's a 21.
You open this door. It opens to what looks like a bedroom.
There's nothing in there. Why is there scaffolding?
You see behind what looks like a bed, its sheets ruffled. It doesn't look as though it's been slept in for some time. You see movement coming from behind the bed, but can't make out what it is from this vantage point.
If I move here, can I? Probably not. Can I just peek in without going in the room, I guess?
Yeah, sure. You peek in, you see two white-looking feet
What the
sort of
fuck?
like underneath the frame of the bed standing. You now see a 3-fingered hand press against
Huh?
It's
The-
those thingies.
What things?
From the temple that we were at in Relica. Remember those alien things that had 3 fingers and they were like weird?
Those ate the grubs, the naked little
The
home.
babies.
Or it could be something different.
What language did they speak? Sylvan?
Undercommon. Wait.
I think it was undercommon.
Okay.
I don't know what the fuck they're talking about, so I'm gonna make a survival check to see if this thing is like. Well, no, I guess that would be nature check. I want to see if it's a monster, so like a fey fiend or undead.
Okay.
I have advantage on that because of my blood hunter feature. That's gonna be a 20 on it.
You
From
sort
the
of
3 fingers.
you like lean towards the ground, getting a vantage point on the limbs of whatever this creature is, similar to Ileona, and with your check, it doesn't appear to be anything of that subtype.
Okay. Well, it's probably not dangerous? Question mark.
What did they
Yes.
eat?
They were eating grubs or something.
Grubs. I'm gonna. They were like nice.
You also see what looks like some type of just personal drawers against the wall on your end in front of you. Some bookworks and what looks like an open letter kind of sitting on the desk.
I guess I'm going to place down a ration or like whatever food I have and try to like offer it to the thing, but like kind of like slide it in between, like try to get it like maybe like here
Like
to see if it comes out.
to ET this bit.
Yeah, basically.
So you open a ration to where you can sort of like the smell wafts into your nostrils, hoping to entice whatever this is, and you place it on the floor. And I'll say you're able to just sort of like with your stealth check push it across the floor close to that point. You back up towards the opening of the door where you are and kind of lean down, and you now see what looks to be an Uortling
Oh, the baby.
creature
Aw.
peering between the bars of the frame of the bed. You can see his nostrils kind of flare up as he smells.
I turn back to Glacé and Sun Kong. Do we kill it?
No.
No, it's actually food for. It's not food, but it's like it's fine. It's not a predator.
You
Okay.
see it very cautiously shift forward, Ileona, and begin to sort of open up its hands. It grabs the ration and runs back behind the bed frame. You can hear now the paper that wrapped up your ration begin to crinkle.
Alright, I'm gonna try to walk in, but with like more food.
Okay.
And hopefully it smells more food.
Creepy little naked alien babies.
You hear the crinkling paper stop, and you see the Uortling turn and peer around the corner of the bed to see you. seems to freeze up and seems to be watching you intently.
I'm gonna place the food right here again and then walk here, like closer to those notes and everything.
Make me like an animal handling check.
Animal handling.
Like,
I guess that makes sense.
to see like the
That's-
delicateness of trying to understand this not very intelligent creature.
A 16?
Okay. You place the food down. You now see as you move up to that corner, the creature quickly sort of turns and continues to keep its eyes locked on you. But you now see a three-fingered hand moving some of the rations up into its mouth.
Well, you've made friends with it.
What's on the desk? The papers and stuff.
There's a couple books mentioning the what looks like cleaning duties and clergy work that happens here. You also find a note on the desk.
Mm-hmm.
It reads Tradesman Log Number 5.
Ooh.
Are you reading this, or do you want me to read that?
You can read it if you'd like.
I'm not good at reading, so get on to me.
You can do it!
I debate whether I should even rate this. Still, I feel like it's fair to reach out to you one last time. We can all see it, Torrance. That thing out in the stars, whatever it is, it's coming. It is disheartening to admit, but the remaining wizards and I have decided to use our magics to close the rift, despite the others not yet having returned. We all heard what the new president of the universe said.
Yeah, that's a callback.
A time of reckoning is at hand. We're due to leave in a few hours, hopefully someplace very far from here, someplace safe. It brings me little satisfaction closing the breach within the cave. I have given the wizards access to the crypts, where some of the more powerful calligraphy supplies are stored. I have little doubt they will fail in crafting a spell scroll power enough to rid us of this breach. However, I cannot help but feel responsible to those that have never made it back. They will be trapped on the other side with no way of returning. What choice did I have? The breach's mere presence was already twisting the cavern's features into a strange and grotesque geometries. We already have one huge rift in the stars to worry about. We don't need another one here as well. Bearing some of the nightmarish twist of fate, the cavern portal will be closed off for good. It weighs heavy on our hearts. I pray those men meet a swift death. I pray those men meet a swift death on the other side. I feel terrible for even saying that. I'll need some time for myself, Torrance. You probably will as well. Our sphere's future is uncertain. I've done what I can, but my soul cannot find the strength to stomach it. I hope you are faring better, brother. Stay safe, and may Celestian bless us all. Corin. None of those people I know.
Corin?
But I want to read all that aloud so everybody else hears.
Oh, Doran. I'm thinking of Doran. Never mind. Sorry.
Oh, I miss Doran.
Interesting.
You can do you take that with you as well, or
You
leave
yeah,
it
why
there.
not? This thing can't read, can it? I don't remember.
We'd best hold on to it.
you guys remember that the Orlings are not too far more intelligent than animals, basically.
I feel like
Yeah.
dogs.
I mean,
Little
yeah,
things.
like a pig.
I can't remember. I remember they were in those cavern things and they were like slaves, but I don't even remember what we did. That's where we met Doran, isn't it?
No.
No, not Doran.
That was on Relica.
Relic.
The names
was in the-
Corin and Torrance don't ring any bells to you. And the mention of a president of a universe sounds strange. You don't know of any presidents in the Twix.
You'd have to really be fucking full of yourself to name yourself the president of the universe. I mean,
Probably.
fuck?
So I'll just share that information with Ruby, I guess. We don't really need to try to talk to this thing.
Does any of this sound familiar, Amrin?
The president of the universe. Yes, it does. All of it.
Oh.
There was a giant tear in our reality. That's where Octithep came in from, along with all the other far realm energy.
It sounds like the inhabitants of this temple may have been trying to escape from that. Maybe they made it here into the Twixt.
But how? That was so long ago.
Maybe time moves in mysterious ways. They did talk about a portal or something. I don't know if that's related to anything in your world, but perhaps we'll learn more as we go on.
Jason, was I able to unlock this thing with my little chime of opening?
What's the chime of opening do?
It has 10 charges. This hollow metal tube measures about 1 foot long and weighs about 1 pound. You can strike it. You can strike it as an action, pointing it to an object within 120 feet of you that can be opened, such as a door, lid, or lock. The chime issues a clear tone, and one lock or latch. Oh, it's gotta be a one lock or latch on the object opens unless the sound can't reach the object. If no locks or latches remain, the object itself is opened. Oh. Well, I
Well,
don't know.
technically, that's a latch, isn't it? Like a lock is a latch.
The lock against this door snaps open.
Oh.
And
That was easy.
appearing on the lock itself, almost out of thin air, you now see where a keyhole is.
Oh.
Damn it!
Scrubs.
Perhaps
Well, maybe-
an illusion or some type of magic was obscuring its view.
Oh, I wasted a charge! Ugh!
Well, I wouldn't say it's wasted. Can our little darkling friend make her way inside with
Sure.
lock picking?
I want to aid her just in case.
Yeah, you don't have to pick it, Yelena. It's like
It's
open now.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Oh,
But I can
But you can open the door.
softly open the door.
yeah, fuck yeah.
This is the next door, so I won't do any extra checks. Oh shit, okay.
Oh,
So
sorry.
you're stealthy as fuck. You open the door. This room seems pretty barren except for a raised like handrail, and you see a set of stairs that seems to lead down below.
Always start with the basement. All the best things are in the basement.
Oh,
I feel like maybe we should finish exploring this floor
Yeah.
before moving on, though.
Seems-
Follow
Yelena
Ilana.
closes the door.
Is Nick doing something with this fucking baby in here?
Jira's completely enamored by watching something eat, just sitting in the doorway watching it.
Oh no. Jira's gonna. That little baby's gonna eat Jira.
The orderly
Just sitting there.
intently stares at the strange small creature, watching it back, but continues to eat the ration.
Can
that
Jira
is
speak
given.
other languages?
Jira and I have a telepathic bond. What I understand, he understands. But
oh.
it feels, I feel.
A
So he can
special
under-
bond.
He can understand that he's a very good boy.
User D.
Yay.
I still want to be stealthy as we're going through here.
Yeah.
Sure.
There's this key marker again.
It's a
Similar to
sign.
last time, you see a set of 7 stars on a black circular field in VT, letting you know that this is the symbol of the Celestian. A globe displaying the temple itself, and what seems to be markers of other temples that would dot around the area. Although the geography doesn't really make sense to you guys. It doesn't look like places in the Twixt.
Hmm.
Can
you-
I do? Go ahead.
I was just going to say, you also notice a furled, what looks like scroll, kind of sitting down at the foot of the legs of the globe, the wooden legs.
this. So does this thing? Oh, it does look like a key. Okay, sorry. Can we pick up the scroll and look at it?
Yeah, Amron, as you are looking at the globe, kind of closing in on the scroll, make a history check.
25.
Amron, it's no wonder that the others can't make out the locations that are dotted on this globe, because this isn't in the Twix. This is dotting out areas that was in the sphere that you were in during your time in the reality engine.
Oh, Amron's mouth, like her jaw just kind of drops, and she'll relay this information to them.
Ah, so they are from your world. Interesting.
Do I remember any crazy cults worshiping a Celestian?
From what Inviti said, they're not crazy cults. The Celestians are...
I know they. Do we remember any cults that went crazy?
Not that you remember.
Celestian Temple. Okay.
Not related to the Celestians. You certainly remember a lot of crazy stuff going on, but not related to the Celestians.
Can I just push open this door? I'm just pushing it open.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna fucking try to do it.
You just kind of throw the what looks like back into the temple door open, and it opens up to a kind of open back area. You notice far off in the distance there seems to be, similar to the raised platform that sort of leads over to this area that makes that imitation cobblestone, it seems to lead to the wall of the crater that is close by.
Right.
Make a perception check, Aesop.
Based on sight or smell?
Based on sight, yes.
Okay. Clicked my macro, it didn't go. Oh, wow. Holy shit. Well, it's the first one, so that's a 4. With advantage, that was a 4.
Oh, fuck.
Nothing out here!
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any noticeable features out here. It just seems like a strange walkway that leads probably to, like, the wall of the crater itself. You're not sure why.
I at least make a note that there's a walkway leading to a wall.
All right, what are you guys doing now?
Searching.
I check these ones.
Okay.
Yes. First, Amron, were you picking up that scroll on the ground?
Oh, yeah, I thought I already did.
Well, you kind of noticed the globe as you were doing that. You, after recognizing the geography on the globe, lean down to pick up the scroll on the floor, and you find a similar log, this time number 4. Can you read that for me, please?
Tradesman log 4. Got it. We're closing the doors. Not that we've had any visitors besides your suppliers anyway. Thanks again for the extra Dow core deliveries.
Uh-oh.
Most of the wizards who ventured into the cavern's breach have yet to return. And the few that have seemed to have suffered maladies of a kind none of us here at the temple are used to dealing with. I can still hear their screams, even as I sit in silence to pin this note. Whatever this place is on the other side of this portal must truly be the stuff of nightmares. If not for my faith, I would have abandoned my position already, but I cannot bring myself to leave just yet. I'll give it a few more days, perhaps. I pray the remaining wizards return in one piece. Stay safe, Torrance. The rift in the sky seems to be growing, Warren. Ooh. Saucy.
This is fine.
Valcor was also one of the other corporations that went crazy, mad, insane. So,
Oh, good. It sounds like they had a shipment from them.
They were shipping out ocnium, which was making people crazy because they were taking medicine, with ocnium in it.
Oh, good.
Ocnium was the blood of the old god Oknasep.
Oh my god!
Ileona,
How
you open this
delightful.
door, to see a couple old barrels inside.
Do they look like they have anything on the inside?
You're not sure.
Okay, I'll shake it.
You give it a shake. They seem to be relatively light. Perhaps
Okay.
if they had any liquid that was in there, it's evaporated since. You open this door and find an overturned slab and what looks like an open casket made of stone. A skeleton held inside. Torn cloth seems to make up what looks like a robe of some type of religious type. Perhaps one of the Celestians here had passed on.
Do I see anything else in here?
You give me a perception check.
Fucking grave robber.
Perception 19.
You do notice 2 gold coins placed over his eyes and probably some type of offering of another 10 gold pieces sat in a small pouch next to him.
I'll just leave that. And
Okay.
Check
Oh,
this one
nice.
last room.
It's chump change.
It really is.
You open the door here only to see what looks like some type of soot or scraping on the ground. There's nothing in
What?
What the fuck is
Jason,
that?
what's this black spot? Why is there still a black spot here?
Ethan. Oh,
stairs that lead up to what seems like
Ah.
the second floor. Probably
This-
the main way to reach the second floor, it seems like, from their size.
You said this was a suit or scraping?
Soot.
Soot. Oh,
Yeah.
soot.
Perhaps storage for candles or something, you're unsure.
Ugh. Okay. You can do ASAP while I go to the other side, I guess.
Sure.
All right. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this shelf here with the bottles on it.
Aesop, you see lots of old-looking apothecary equipment that lines
Oh.
the shelves. They seem to
Anything-
have been here for some time. A few cobwebs make up the areas around here.
Anything out of the ordinary? Can I tell what the supplies were normally used for?
You wouldn't necessarily need to make a check due to your background. You get the sense that this was your typical supplies that you would find in a church or a temple. Perhaps some that helped out in the ailments of those who would stop by here. From everything that you guys have gathered so far, it seems like a nice outpost for people to stop by, adventurers, perhaps people like Amron's group, or like you guys know, Wyld Knots, who travel the stars. Maybe this was a point of stop where they could get some more supplies, maybe heal a cut or wound, pray to their god, get
like
a little bit of a
average human
blessing.
stuff.
Nothing that stands out of place from that shelf.
All right then.
Sun Kong, you peer into a room of what looks like a kind of a relaxed living area, or perhaps some type of conference room with 2 old, dusty-looking sofas and a bit of a wrinkled rug down below.
Oh, I couldn't tell what it was. Looking.
check the sofas.
I do perception check on the sofas. Did I find any change?
Some guy's fucking wallet in there.
Amron, you see Sun Kong digging through the cushions of the sofa, and he pulls out 5 gold pieces.
Oh yeah. Score.
I bite into it. It's actually chocolate.
Oh no.
And VT, were you doing something in this other room here?
Just want to look at the table.
Yeah, you see what looks like maybe some type of writing room in here. There's a circular table, a couple bits of what look like folders strewn about, and an old-looking chair sat nearby. There seems to be what looks like some type of like small-size wooden chest that kind of sits on the table.
Can I try to open the chest, or is it locked?
It doesn't look
Open that
locked.
fucking chest. Open that fucking chest.
Can I open the chest, please?
Yep, you push it open and see a rolled scroll inside. You pull the scroll out and unfurl it to read Tradesman's log number 2. If
Oh
you'll
god, we're missing
read
number
that for
3.
me.
It's gonna drive me crazy until we get number 3.
Gonna be
We'll
one of
find
the
it.
other.
1 and
Tradesman.
3.
Tradesman log number 2. It's worse than I thought, Torrance. We sent a few wanderers every couple of days to gather some natural remedial supplies found within the cave behind the temple. Yesterday, a fellow brother found a large fissure in the stone floor. A dark greenish vapor was reported by emanating from it. I've had a sickening feeling these past few days thinking about this tear between the stars. I fear it may somehow be tied to this opening due to our close proximity. I'm requesting a bit more than usual at this time. I need you to draft a few wizards to investigate the matter further. Goran.
Oh,
I
I didn't see a cave behind the temple, but there was a walkway out there.
Interesting.
Maybe we should finish exploring this place before going out into the wilderness.
Okay. Can I open this door, Jason?
You open this door and see a number of collected vases and urns sitting in here.
Yep.
Perhaps
Smash them.
holy urns of some type.
Smash them.
No,
It's not Zelda. What do you...
this one.
You open this door to find a completely empty
Ew.
coffin. A
That's
pushed over
fine.
slab opening it.
That's fine. Everything's okay.
You open this door to see a lone old dusty crate, a hole smashed into the side of it. The contents are empty as you peer in.
What does the crate have on it? Anything?
There's no writing on the crate itself. But for some reason there's a large, what looks like visibly like smashed hole in it, and the contents are missing.
Weird.
Well, are these stairs going up or down?
Those stairs are going up to what seems like a second floor.
Do you guys want to check downstairs or upstairs?
Was a man
Oh,
upstairs.
I forgot we did have downstairs stairs.
We should probably deal with that fellow upstairs, whether or not he's hostile. He's either delirious and in need of help, or actively hostile. Either way, we need to do something about it.
Maybe we should split up the stairwells if they both go up to the second floor.
I heard an old adage that said never split the party.
I mean, they're both going to the same
Never
location.
split
Is what
the
I mean.
party.
Oh,
Never
my
split.
God.
Perfectly fine.
That's what a liar would say.
I think in this situation, we might want to stick close, just in case.
You guys begin heading up the stairs.
Yeah.
If you will move your tokens over to the right side of the map where the staircase is leading you.
Don't tell me what to do.
You don't have to.
See, look, they're separated. We would have been fucked. Jason, there's still a dark part.
Thank you. Oh my god.
Jason. Thank you.
I can't see anything. It's so.
Oh, it's the guy. I think we can see him, maybe.
Where? Oh,
Oh.
The staircase leads up into a large room now. You see a number of what looks like wooden pews. And in the distance, a podium at the end, perhaps some area of worship here where different Celestians or Wild Knots or adventurers rather, could gather. There seems to be dotted around empty flasks. And you can see at the far ends, above where you guys are sort of currently standing on your floor, it seems like those two staircases that were near the front entrance doors actually lead up sort of one more level on this floor. So this area that you saw that guy is kind of how you picture it here. It's raised up above. It's not on a third floor, but it's sort of like raised above. So you know that he's up there, but you can't really see him from this vantage point.
I think we should try to establish contact.
Agreed. is there anything about this room? Does it look like? Does it still look like it's like dedicated to the Celestian and all that jazz?
Yeah, there's certainly a large bit of iconography set into the stonework where the podium sits, especially at the far end, that certainly denotes it to be set to the Celestian with a set of 7 stars denoting it. In VT, you see a hall in the center that leads back to just a stone wall. It doesn't seem to be anything in that hallway.
Fascinating.
So this guy, we can kind of see this guy, but we can't really see him.
It's like raised up, like 10 feet into the air, so you don't see him.
I'm gonna call out to him.
Yes, get him talking. I can mimic his voice later if
Oh.
you need.
Who's there?
Just some travelers. We saw help was needed.
You
Is everything
now
okay?
see the face of a bald man with a scruffy beard. He has a bit of gaunt-looking features. He wraps 2 hands around the handrails and peers over. "Who are you people?" he says. He seems to be holding a blade in the other hand.
Oh, we're not here to hurt you. We're here to help.
You more scavengers?
No.
Scavengers.
Oh, you just come to pray to the Celestian then, huh? Pay your dues.
Can I do an Arcana check on this guy?
Sure.
I'd like to do something as well.
A natural 20.
Oh,
shit.
Oh, shit.
Unnatural.
unnatural. Still good.
Still, yeah.
Amaran, you don't sense any prominent magical energies emanating off of this guy, but you do notice between his burly, scraggly eyebrows that his eyes seem to have a iridescent green tint to them.
What did NVD? I want to do something, but I want to see what NVD wanted to do next.
Sure.
You want to kind of put the guy at ease and just talk to him like religious guy to religious guy.
Okay, what do you say?
It's, brother, we mean you no harm. We come to help your temple. What has happened here?
Oh, you got the wrong idea, mate. I ain't no brother of the temple.
Well then.
You must have seen my sign I made outside, eh?
Yeah.
From the mushrooms, yes.
Yeah. You come to pick me up, right? Save me from this hellhole. Stranded here.
Is it only you?
It used to be me and my mates. But they stranded me here. Left me for dead.
Oh, the portal.
Can I ask his name?
Name's Schlev.
How long ago did your mates leave you, Schlev?
He rubs a hand on his face. 5, mate. 4 or 5 days.
Okay.
Look. You guys wild knots.
Yeah, that's right.
You ain't all churchgoers, right? Ain't gonna throw me in jail.
Have you done something that requires you to be thrown in jail?
Maybe.
What'd
Look.
you do?
I'll tell you what I know if you promise me safety.
Did you take liberties with the white thing downstairs?
That.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Nana, let's not be so accusatory. We just came here to help.
Oh, alright. Me and my boys, we're pirates. Like to find places that look good for the taking and take. We was on our spelljammer. We saw a hole open in the sky. Flash of light. This whole moon appeared here, out of thin air. We figured we may as well take a look, a gander if you will. We found this place. Set our spelljammer down, and me and the rest of the crew got to filling our pockets up. We took what we could, started loading it back on the ship, and we kept looking around. That's when we found this cave out back. Figured maybe we could gather some of the stuff in there too. Maybe trade it off to some of the local churches for a bit of more coin. But there's a hole in there, a hole in the ground. Me and my boys, well, let's just say we weren't exactly enticed in going in at first, but some of them got the bright idea to take a look. Thought maybe some hidden supplies may be down there. Didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. I kept coming back here, looking through the rest. I maybe gone through some of the coffins here. Just trying to make by with what I could take, of course. Didn't take everything, left some for the dead still. Don't want to be cursed and all. Boys, something must have happened in the cave. I heard screams. Saw them running, coming from out of it. Tried to yell back, see what was going on. But it was too late. They jumped on the jammer and took off before I could even catch up. They fucking left me here for dead.
Well, that is indeed horrible. But this temple, it was abandoned when you found it?
Just as you all probably seen, yeah. Looks abandoned to be for some time. Ripe for the picking, me and my boys thought. Wouldn't even have to bother anybody.
I'm gonna make an insight check on that.
And
Sure.
yeah, I'd like to take one on him in general.
That's a 14.
He sounds like he's being pretty honest, Aesop.
Well, if you didn't murder anyone, you were just scavenging for supplies as far as I'm concerned.
That's right. That's the way me and my boys like to think about it.
Do you happen to ingest anything while you were here?
4 or 5 days, love. I'll get something in the body to keep me going. I was going to dry away here. Ain't much water on this moon, as you done seen. Found a bunch of these vials with some green liquid in it. Started drinking it.
No!
Oh, got a funny taste to it.
Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum.
Maybe some type of healing potion or something, but I needed something in the old gut.
I'm gonna grab a day's worth of rations and like a water skin and come over to this area right here and just chuck it up on the dais and back up and I say, here, eat some of this.
Oh, wow. He kind of looks back down with a bit of a surprised look even after everything you guys said. You really are the rescue crew, eh?
That's what we said.
I was afraid I might have been seeing things at first. Some type of creature in the window. I hear voices. I figured it may be some of those weird creatures, the bald ones, the white ones coming around here. Seen a couple of them running across the moon surface. They don't cause me no mind though, but when I saw that thing, he says, pointing at your dragon, Aviti, a bit shocked.
Yeah, I see no reason not to rescue this fellow here. I kind of say, like at a normal speaking volume. I'm not yelling up to him. I'm kind of talking to the rest of the party.
Sure. He's like opening the ration and actively kind of shoving it into his mouth.
It seems like we have somebody we could rescue and bring with us, under supervision, of course.
I looked to Yolana and kind of throw a wink for a second. I said, "You say you've been seeing things?"
Oh God.
Aye. Probably because of the isolation here by myself. A lot of old noises coming from this old temple here.
When he's eating some rations and not looking, to like to do a sleight of hand and drop the rope.
Oh my god.
The snake rope?
Oh my god.
Wow. Okay. Are you transforming it into the viper?
Yeah, I'd like to speak in Draconic towards Yolana and say the snake's name so he wouldn't think that I activated it.
A large.
Oh god! Oh! Oh no! Oh Jesus! Why'd you do?
Oh, what the fuck is that? He says, throwing his back against the wall.
What's what? What are you talking about?
Watch your backs, mate! Some type of creature behind you!
Aesop's freaking out as much
You
as
guys see Amryn like ready her railgun, like jump on the table, and like she's freaking out as well.
I look at Yolana and say something again. I say his name again, so he turns into a rope. I say, I don't see anything.
It was a very cute parlor trick. Maybe we don't haunt the people that are probably unstable after being marooned on a temple.
Can I
That was funny. I like that.
can I go into my gray bag of tricks and pull out an animal?
Sure.
What is it, a D10, I think?
Let's pull it up.
Great. Okay, it's a D8, sorry.
Bag of tricks.
Alright, where's my D8? There it is. It is going to be something small, because it's a 2.
A giant rat.
Alright.
Disgusting.
How big
You
is
could
a
have the
giant rat?
viper eat the giant rat.
Oh shit.
Giant Monster Fight Club?
Oh.
Why is this happening?
I want to... Now the rat follows direction. I want to whisper for the rat to try to, like, get up to... like... here.
What? Why? Why?
Hang on just a second. Let me see the size of a giant rat.
I can't... I just assume a giant rat's probably just, like,
Probably like
a
medium
normal
sized.
size. Yeah, it's probably, like, normal size.
Like a dog, maybe?
Unless he can see it.
Giant
from
rat is
down
still a
here.
small beast.
Oh my god.
You summon a. It's big, Ileona. It's almost your size. It's
Oh,
huge.
perfect. Then I want it to just stand on its feet.
It's so cute.
and, like,
You
look
notice
at him.
the sand viper moving.
I thought he turned it back into a rope.
He did turn it back.
Oh, did he?
into a rope
Okay.
instead.
It vanishes before that happens. Is this some type of joke? You hear him say, his voice come from the raised platform. He has his back like against the wall, so you can't
And
fully see him.
what is the meaning of this? Why do you keep pestering this man?
Please, no jokes. I've been stranded here. I thought I was gonna die. I ain't a good man by any shake of the word, but I don't deserve to be left here to rot.
Ever been to prison?
What is Glossy? What is he doing?
He's been acting up ever since the whole prison ring incident.
Is this rat crawling over the sign?
Sure.
Does so.
No, honest question.
Oh!
Yeah.
Ah! You hear the sound of a striking blade.
Oh, the baby. He was just a friend. You fucking...
Is there anything on this podium, this little table right here. Oh my god! Now there's a monkey up there.
There's a fucking blue monkey
Oh!
up there.
I
Oh,
climbed up the wall.
no more jokes, alright? No more jokes.
He
No,
seems
no
to be
jokes.
holding his blade towards you, Sun Kong.
No jokes. I'm not having any. I don't have my staff out or anything.
Have you been to prison ever for any of your?
I served some
Perhaps.
time. Not for killing anybody, mind you. Just for taking some things.
Where did you serve at, though? That's why I'm curious.
All various places, you name it, I probably served a bit of time there, here and back and forth.
I describe a short, stubby, ugly man by the name of Cregan to him.
Cregan. Heard about the man, heard he used to work for the patrollers. Ain't never done anything big enough to turn his eye, though. Small time, I guess. Like to stick under the radar, I do.
Okay.
Actually, that's a really good question that Elion is asking in chat right now.
Oh yeah, make sure
Yeah.
if you guys don't mind to try and ask that if you want, because sometimes between all this stuff, I miss the chat.
I want to ask Amryn if somebody that's been infected like he has can be healed.
We never found a cure, but that doesn't mean there isn't one. Shell, why don't you come on down here and we'll search around the place a little more.
No more tricks, alright? No more
That
tricks.
would be nice.
I'll keep my distance from you.
He's
Everyone-
backing towards the stairs, Sun Kong. He's lowered his blade a bit, but
That's
still just has it
I'm
up
just-
in a defensive manner.
That's fine. I'm just gonna escort him down.
Ocnium
Make sure.
affects people in ways that it messes with their mind. So just relax a little bit, give them a little breathing room, no more vipers or rats.
So as Amryn is saying this, Sun Kong, you guys like double back from the first floor and begin heading up the stairs to the second floor down below. Amryn, you do notice on the table seems to be another furled note here.
Oh boy, let's read it.
You unravel
Better
it.
be 3. This better be 3 if this
Fine,
is 1.
tradesman
Oh,
log
good.
number 3.
Damn it.
What's it say?
Good and bad news, Torrance. A sense of dread wells within me now that we can see this greenish tear in the sky. I can barely lay eyes on it without feeling sick. The wizards ran an investigation into the opening in the cave floor behind the temple and have confirmed our fears. They've said they've found a rift within, some type of dark portal that swoons with a malevolent guys, help me out here.
Malevolent.
What a
Thank
wonderful
you,
word.
malevolent. I can't even say it now.
Malevolent.
Malevolent. Yeah.
Malevolent hunger.
There you go.
They reassured me, however, that this could end up benefiting our spheres, cause of finding a way to stop all this. I'm specifically requesting a few more wizards, this time on their behalf. They want to send a few well-prepared casters into the portal in hopes understanding its nature and finding some ways of closing these rips in reality. By the graces of Celestian, may they wander in safety. It's times like these that make you miss the Iron Gate group.
Oh. These callbacks are making me nervous.
So
Yeah, if you guys scroll down on the journal, you can see under Twix locations all of these are.
Neat.
Moon Temple.
So there was another rip. Okay, cool.
I don't think that sounds bad.
Oh, that's bad.
Okay. And also, just because I don't trust Jason, I'm gonna go back here and do an investigation check on this wall.
Okay.
That is gonna be a 13.
It looks like a normal wall that probably on this map may have led to some other areas that I didn't put anything in particular interesting of note in, so I don't want to ruin your guys' time.
There's a hidden chamber here.
I saw a ton of treasure.
Can I do a medicine check on Schlev?
He kind of backs up a little bit.
Oh,
I'm gonna like just
not too close, love. All right.
not too
Yeah,
close.
love.
I just want to make sure you're okay. Yeah, I mean you've been here for 5 days, so oh, I'm gonna roll a medicine check. I rolled a 1.
He looks as though he is a man who is emaciated and a bit gaunt after having some very bad lack of any nutritional food, water for several days now. The only thing seemed to be strewn about up on this floor are these flasks of what you are assuming probably some type of Dalcor remedial supplement that he's been drinking.
And he's been drinking that for 5 days. Okay. All right. Does he look like?
Sure, he's fine.
I mean, other than his eyes, does he look like he's still like intact and normal?
Yeah, he has on like sort of ratty looking bandit clothes, like a leather top with a kind of a scarf that ties around his neck, and some ratty like leather work that are torn at the legs, that, and some untied shoes at the bottom. He carries with him a bit of a chipped blade that he has in his hand, a holster thrown behind him. He from well, with a 1, but he, with your check of just kind of giving him a once over, he certainly looks like some type of pirate or bandit. Tried to plunder various areas that they came across.
Okay. All
I
right.
asked him if he's found anything of interest while he was here.
Oh yeah, we made off with a couple of different potions of the healing type. Weren't sure of the green stuff, so we left it. Thank God that we did, after all. Most of the coin we took off onto the ship. Yeah, not much, but the ship was running low on air, so we figured we'd come down and resupply anyway.
You say that this... I'm whispering this to Amron. You say that this was blood that he was drinking?
Yeah.
Or something tainted with it, at least.
It was tainted with it. I would think tainted.
Well, if there's a thing or two about that I know, he may have a beast living inside of him now, from what you've told me.
Oh.
We wouldn't know anything about that.
I mean, speaking from personal experience, blood can be a dangerous thing.
Well, maybe this would be a good time to get him somewhere where we can.
I'd love to study him.
Yeah. Help him.
Yes, help him.
Right. Let's get moving.
Yes, let's. There's still the basement, and there's also, I think Invidi said there may have been a cave at the back of the temple.
Let's check the basement.
Me and my boys tried that area there. Seemed like some type of lock on it. Couldn't pick it though.
In the cave. Well, then let's check the basement.
No, downstairs where the door to what we assume the basement would be. Big old lock, but nowhere to pick it at.
Oh, it's already open.
What?
Oh, yes. We took care of that.
All right.
To the basement! Famous last words, right, everyone? Let's go.
What could go wrong?
I will stay.
Could you maybe escort me back to your ship first?
He says, scratching an arm.
Shel, you're gonna stay with us. We'll all go back to the ship together.
Don't worry, we're perfectly capable if we run into any sort of danger. Just keep yourself safe.
All right,
And
all
I
right.
promise you, none of us turns into a giant bird monster.
That's little on the nose, monkey.
Or any
Pretty
crazy-
small for a bird
the
monster, he
beak.
says, kind of peering over at you, Aesop.
And no matter what, none of us turn from a monkey into some sort of crazy insectoid beast.
That'd be weird.
Right out.
You talking
Never.
crazy stories is what you all doing.
Would never happen.
We're wild nuts.
Obviously, we're talking crazy. This stuff would happen.
I was like, we're wild nuts. Get used to it. You saw the snake and the giant rat. And...
It don't make any sense to me. Y'all must have planted some good magics on your travels. Alright, so you go down here, grab whatever fills your needs, and then we get the hell out of here, right?
Perhaps.
Alright.
Give or take so many steps, but sure.
I don't have to go down there with you, do I? I don't want anything anymore. I just want off this damn planet.
Yeah.
If
I
you
mean, it's
wanna
not.
wait, there's couches you can wait on. We'll get you before we go.
If we remember you.
Oh, we'll remember you.
She's joking. Here, I'm gonna use my alchemy thing to synthesize a half
Mayonnaise?
gallon of beer for him.
Nice.
And
Mayo.
why don't you have a drink, and we'll be back before you know it.
Still hits the spot, Birdman. You noticed as you mentioned him waiting up here, from what he initially wanted, a bit of a look of fear on his face, realizing that he'd kind of be alone again. Maybe I go with you and just keep my distance, huh?
If
That
that
works.
yeah, if you're comfortable with that.
I don't wanna be left alone again.
Well,
All right.
I can
Let's
guarantee
go.
you won't be alone.
I just follow right behind, close by.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that he's behind us.
What's the worst that could happen?
He backstabs us and eats us because he's got a beast inside of him.
Please, he'd get one of us at the most before the rest of us turned around and killed him.
Put the monkey close to him.
I'm okay with that.
Excuse me, I wanted to go in first, whoever just moved me.
I'm just getting all of you guys together. You guys
God damn it,
also
Jason.
also realize that you are still missing tradesman log number 1.
We're looking for it in the basement, Nathan.
Just reminding you.
Jason.
Yeah, we're going
That's
to
what we're
search
looking
the-
for. Ew. Can we leave the bird up here? He's sick.
Can we do a sweep of every room and do like a general insight check, or not insight, perception check of this floor?
On the first floor,
Can we take a 10
Yeah.
on each room?
It could be in the basement.
I'll say if you guys want to do that before heading down, you can, and I'll ask for perception checks from everyone.
Oh, hell yeah. Perception. That's 13.
Phew, good thing with the advantage there.
Fuck me. I don't roll 20. Oh, that was. let me do glacé now. I got a 19 with glacé.
Oh, okay,
You.
okay. I will say, Aesop, what was your total?
13.
Okay.
I
I'll
don't have
say
any bonuses.
with gloss, or what it was,
It was glacé.
Amron.
Glacé and Kong.
Amron
No, it
was the
wasn't.
one who got the 19, right?
No, it was glacé.
Amron-
Oh, was it? Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting your name confused with who's actually rolling for.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. Glacé, you and Sun Kong find yourselves at the like areas over on the sides here that have the lining of books and the benches where you can kind of sit at in this main atrium where you first entered the temple. You run your fingers over the text. There's different books, some titled The Star Wanderer. There's one titled Expanding Horizons. Sun Kong, you on the other side find a book on its binder titled Beyond the Stars, Practitioner's Guide to Portals. And then finally, Sun Kong, sort of folded in between two books, you pull out
a tradesman's log number 1. Can you let me know what that says?
Found it. Thank you again for your ever so gracious service. Our time of need, Lawrence. Maintaining the temple is difficult already difficult enough, but the added stress regarding rumors of a nearby tear in the stars certainly doesn't help. The numbers of merchants willing to provide goods has dwindled, and I blame these stories. You, however, have always proved to be dependable. May Celestian favor you, brother. Stay safe, and hopefully we'll speak again soon. Corin.
Well, it sounds like the story thus far is they were a part of your world at some time, Amron, and figured out a way to maybe transport away from there, but it sounds like some of the Far Realm followed them.
Yep.
That is not a good thing.
Well, the Far Realm's never met us. I'm sure we'll
Oh.
take care of it. Aesop says, clearly unaware of the gravity of the situation.
You guys, now having found number 1, want to head downstairs?
Yes.
You begin to head down the spiral staircase leading down below.
I don't like this.
A number
It's
of
fine. Everything's fine.
cobwebs catches your face as you guys kind of push it out of the way, heading down into a very
Is it my hair?
darkened area.
Yeah, it is.
I'll say at this point, there is no light down here.
That's okay.
Perfect.
I'll cast I'll cast dancing lights for the rest of us.
Okay. Motes of light surround Glace and illuminate your guys' area. Those of you who are not inclined with any particularly special sights can now see.
Yay.
Does this look like blood?
Ileana, you peer down and run a gloved finger over it. It looks like dried blood.
Nah, man, that Kool-Aid. We're fine. We're fine.
Can I stealthily peek around the corner?
Sure.
Say 22.
You feel pretty stealthy as you peer around the corner to see a long hallway. There seems to be another dried splotch of blood that leads to your left on the map, and then a long hallway with a number of other what look like entrances to rooms or some such on the other end.
Is this...
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask if this is like green here.
Yes, there seems to be down here a number of minerals that stick out of the wall and have a greenish glow.
Oh, how
History check.
beautiful.
History check, Jason. I would do history.
I tap Aesop on the shoulder and say, eyes up, my friend.
Yes, it's quite beautiful. These gemstones.
Indeed.
17 on history.
A shudder runs down your spine, Amron. However, these look like normal cavernous crystals.
Fake out! Got him! Got him! I'm gonna do a survival check on this blood to see if it came from a monster or
Sure.
if it's a humanoid. Well,
You
Oh.
It's actually ketchup.
Wow.
I taste it. Tangy. Tastes like
Never-
Worcestershire.
Never seen that before.
You are unsure, Aesop.
Yeah, that goes without saying. That's fucking unbelievable.
Wow.
Ileana, the trail of dry blood seems to lead down the hallway, and it seems to stop at what looks like a dead end.
Since Aesop's pretty stealthy, he's gonna like follow Ilana, but not like so close that he would like mess up her stealth check.
There's nothing down here?
Give me a perception or investigation check.
I'll do. Let's see. I'll do perception.
Okay.
A 17.
With your 17, it looks like a dead end, Ileona. You sort of run your hands along the walls and feel a bit disappointed. As you turn, your hand sort of running against the wall catches what feels like a crevice on the right side. And now you look and notice there seems to be a piece of stonework here, door size, that seems to be almost cut into the wall.
Does it seem like it could be opened?
It looks like it may be, although you would have to find a switch or some type of thing to open it. Make a check to see if you can find one.
Okay. Is it just perception?
I'll take perception. You could do investigation. That would maybe give you some better insight.
Okay, I'll do investigation. That'll be 21.
Oh,
Holy
shit.
shit.
Damn.
You notice another impression near the floor. It seems as though a piece of stonework sticks up a bit out of the ground more so than the others.
Okay, I'll touch it, I guess, or step on it.
You step on it, and the large door shifts and gives way. It runs against the wall, moving out of the way, opening to a large room.
What the fuck?
What do you see, Ilona?
There's a lot of green shit and a lot of blood.
Dried blood leading to what looks like some type of Celestian altar. A greenish mist emanates from the altar itself, and on the altar seems to be some type of scroll.
Ooh.
This
Number
looks
6.
Bad.
Where's our celestial friend? He may know something about this altar.
Yeah, VD.
I might.
I'm gonna go in. There.
Okay,
Can I-
you step in, Sun Kong. You see some bones and skullwork, but it looks to be of animals rather than humanoids. Some offerings and what look like plates that kind of seat around. Maybe some type of offering to Celestian.
Can I do an Arcana
I'm not
check
gonna go in.
Sure, you can make an Arcana check.
on this little circle? 25.
A strong magical energy seems to emanate from the scroll sitting on the altar. Probably the source of the ever-flowing mist that kind of comes off of it.
Can I detect magic for the source of what type of magic it is?
Sure.
Yeah, it just
He doesn't
worked.
have to roll. Yeah, it's you just.
Oh, you're just using the detect magic.
I'm gonna use it, then I'll make a check afterwards.
Okay, sorry, I keep forgetting. Yeah, you get the sense that this is a magical energy of some type of conjuration magic.
Conjuration. Magic portals.
And I do a religion check to see if I recognize the ritual being used right now.
Sure.
22
Ooh.
on Celestian rituals.
Very nice.
This does not look, this scroll, you can kind of see a bit of the writing written on it in Common and a few other languages. This does not look like a scroll or some type of altar decoration made by Celestians themselves. This looks more as a generalized wizard make.
It's heresy.
Does this, is it the magic still active?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, there seems to be the text on the scroll seems to glow, and there's a bit of a vapor that drapes off of it. emanating around the altar itself.
I want to look at this brazier over here that's got blood and shit in it.
You see a number of silver coins dropped in here. A
Silver
bit of
coins?
speckled dry blood dipped onto them. But not purposely so. Looks like thrown in, perhaps an offering of some type.
Sun Kong, you see Aesop kind of stagger away from the pot. Nothing there.
Can I use let's see. Magic, can I identify this thing? This scroll?
Can you speak? Let's see.
I have a helm of comprehend language.
Oh, you too? Sweet.
Amryn, you peer in towards this scroll, and using your helm, it looks to be written in some type of ancient text. But using the magic of your helm, you are able to discern the generalized title of the scroll is written as a Greater Scroll of Dispel Portal.
Oh.
Or
strange.
/gate.
So they were trying to dispel. Okay, that's right, because they were getting all their wizard friends.
But
They were
I
sending-
don't understand. It seems corrupted somehow.
And this is it corrupted by is it the far realm energy that's on here? Have we located that source yet?
You can make another check.
Arcana check? Nature? I don't.
Arcana, because it's magic.
Oh, that wasn't too good. At 13.
You get the sense that you don't necessarily, for you specifically, Amryn, since you've had experience with it, you don't sense the throbbing feel of far realm magic nearby per se. You surmise that maybe there is a certain strength from this scroll that, even despite the years of it sitting here, still holds a powerful magic with it.
Should we take this with us?
I can study it.
They mentioned a breach, some sort of thing in the caves. Maybe this was their key to stopping it, but they weren't able to in time.
Does it look like?
While they're over there, I was going to say earlier, I'd like to turn on my flashlight, even if for aesthetic, and I'd like to guard this end in case Shelv or anybody else starts coming in. I find it more important to watch our back right now.
Sure.
Can I do like a history check where if we move anything from this circle, is it going to alter? Is it going to disrupt anything? Like what's in place right now? The magic.
Sure, you can make a check.
I guess Arcana again. Ugh, fuck. Okay, 12.
You feel like the magic is emanating from the scroll itself, so removing it from this pedestal or this altar won't affect anything from what you can tell.
Okay.
Let's take it with us.
Yeah.
Amryn, are you the one taking it?
Sure.
It has that sort of like roll-like feature to it, the knobs on the sides where you can kind of roll it up. The vapor-like mist emanating from the altar seems to dissipate as you sort of roll it back into its furrowed form and kind of stick it in one of your pack pocket. The room dims as the glow coming from the text and the vapor seems to dissipate. Only lightly now illuminated by the glowing green crystals in the corner.
Okay.
Could I take a check on the crystals to see if they're worth anything or if it would be worth my time to take any of it?
Sure.
I assume that would be intelligence based.
Intelligence, I'll take a nature check.
Nature I can do. A 14?
Rinkaz, you get the sense that there's nothing particularly special to these crystals and stuff before. You've kind of done some trading in between, more than just coin, maybe some minerals and stuff that's made you a bit of money back in the day. You remember seeing this particular type of stone, and you know that it doesn't fetch you a ton of money. But the difference here is that you usually don't see this type of mineral with this color to it. But other than that, there doesn't seem to be anything particularly special about it.
I'd like to take, if I could see, maybe just a little smack at the bottom of my rifle just to get a little bit of it and put it inside of on the flask to see if anything happens, A, to the flask, or B, just to take it with me to maybe have it examined.
Oh, you could definitely take it with you, yes. You use the butt of your rifle, and you guys kind of see Rinkaz breaking a couple small bits off, and then kind of palming them into one of his flasks. It clinks inside, falling to the base. Still has a glow to it, but otherwise no particular effect.
I'll look at it, shake it around a bit. Think we should take it with us?
I actually think that's a good idea. Amaran's gonna do the same thing.
Okay.
To research it.
For research, yes, of course.
I give my flask to Amarin, so just bear take it. As long as somebody takes it, it's just too weird not to bring with us.
Oh, thank you. I'm gonna add that to my inventory.
Okay, Amron.
And I'm gonna step forward down the hall a little.
You do so. You step around the corner to find, let me zoom just a bit here so I can reveal more areas. A large storage room above. None of the candle work in here, despite it kind of looking lit, is actually lit up. It's pretty dark in here. You see crates and stuff like that as the moats follow behind you guys from Glace. Crates and barrels and a couple sacks that kind of make up this room.
Well, it looks like a basement to me. Other
What's
than
our-
the creepy cult room, there's nothing really down here worth protecting.
I wanna walk in here and do like, give it a good look around, like search everything just to make sure we're not missing something.
Oh, what's this?
Looks like a standard treasure back against that wall.
I'm not
Is it
ready, my
pretty?
bow. Because the monkey's stupid.
Sun Kong, you open this chest? I'm assuming. Sun Kong?
Sorry, I was on mute.
That's okay.
Yes, I will. If it's, I will.
You see what looks to be folded ceremonial robes and find a pouch of, you kind of open it up and count 24 gold.
Cool. Just some old robes. I found some gold pieces. Nothing else though, and that looks like.
Aesop says back, what about the large coffins? I bet there's something fun in there.
What about your fucking curse you have now because you fucking took from them?
Well, he hasn't taken anything yet.
I was gonna say, nah, I'm good. I don't mess with the dead.
Jason, there wasn't anything in here?
Do you try to check out any of the crates and stuff?
Yeah.
You pop open one of the barrels. None of it looks locked or anything. You see old, stale food kept with it.
Yeah, man.
Popping up another barrel and crate. It seems to be a storage for the food that was prepared upstairs in that prepping room above. Ileana, you peer around the corner below to see what looks like some type of room full of weapons.
Hmm.
At least they were well defended.
Does it seem like anything in here worth anything?
Give me a perception check.
I'd like to aid her.
18.
You can see stored on the shelves perhaps defensive items or of trade for various adventurers who would come through to trade and stuff with the Celestians. You see set on the racks and some that have kind of fallen to the floor. In particular, you kind of see like a great axe, a pike, a short sword, a war pick, and a war hammer.
So, is that normal for Celestian churches to have a weapon room?
If they're trading.
Mm-hmm.
Does seem a little odd, but I suppose they would have needed a way to defend themselves from pirates and the
I
like.
think Amryn would have wanted to look at what's inside of these. Just to make sure. I'm sorry.
Amryn, you
here.
push the slab over and see what looks like the decorated corpses of humanoids. A bit of a zombified look to their skeletal shape. And you see that there's, similar to the ones that Elana found, 2 gold coins placed on their eyes and 10 gold bits in a pouch next to their heads.
I'll put the slab back then.
Okay.
Going to grab the short sword from there.
Okay, you take the short sword. There's lots of weapons here. The ones that I mentioned were really the ones that kind of seem to have any sort of, like, still good condition to them. So yeah, you kind of like wave it around. It seems to be in good shape. No chips or anything. No rust despite all the age down here.
Okay.
Can I do a perception on the statue just because? I don't know why.
Sure.
His 9.
It looks to be a tall-looking warrior-like figure. And you get the sense from your perception check that yes, maybe the Celestians use this as a bit of a currency between those that they ran across who would stop here and pay their patronage to the church or the temple, that they could maybe trade them some defensive items to those who passed through. You peer into this room, Ileana, to see some more. You're getting the sense now from that tradesman's log that this is the crypt.
Yuck. Is this another crypt?
You turn the corner to see.
Oh, this looks like some fucked up shit. I'm just gonna ready my bow and stay here.
Okay.
Because I assume the rest of the
Oh,
party's
just
gonna
looks-
want to go inside.
It's just a book. Oh god, he just walks right in.
The monkey is confirmed stupid.
Sunkang, large statues denote the corners of this room. These all have a bit more of they don't look warrior-like in their their posture like the other statues. Actually have what look like a long flowing robes and a bit of very basic featured faces. And their robes seem to have chiseled on them stars. As you flip through this large tome that is sitting on this pedestal, it's written in common, and it seems to be almost sort of like the Celestian Bible, if you will, talking about the practices of the faith. How those followers of the Celestians are meant to wander the stars and to explore and help those in need.
Can I do a check? Any Far Realm energy going around here at all, Jason?
Sure.
18 Arcana.
You don't sense any around here.
Oh, okay.
Is there anything under the book? I lifted up.
You lift up. It's just the pedestal underneath.
It seems like
Well, that
such
was
an important
anticlimactic.
room. It's been very quiet in this basement, almost worryingly so. I mean, I suppose it was locked before we came in, but
Does this connect here, Jason, or is there a wall in between?
There's a wall between.
Oh,
You saw as you peered around the corner that the long hallway kind of ended at a dead end.
can I do some sort of perception check?
Sure. More statues denoting warriors of some type, along with some figures robed in what you guys are now assuming sort of like the celestial priest typical garb.
So 28.
Are you looking for anything in particular?
I don't know if I hear or sense something that just doesn't seem.
It's very
Right.
quiet down here. You see the flowing strands of cobweb through the air, but with that check, you're able to peer what looks like a glint out of the corner of your eye.
Whoa, whoa.
Oh,
That's
I'm
definitely
guessing
gonna
she
catch
found
my
some
eye.
gold.
Whoa.
Are the statues missing any weapons or anything?
They are not, no. It looks
Okay.
like the ragtag bunch of pirates that Schlev was with, as he was mentioning, weren't able to find their way down here, and thus could not steal it of its riches.
Are any of the statues' eyes following us as we pass through here?
They are not, no.
Oh. How much sweet, beautiful gold is in here?
You open this up, and, well, there's a pouch of 52 gold sitting on the floor.
Mhm.
You open the chest up, which is not locked, and find within a circlet that seems to sit on the head of a humanoid. It is
Oh.
decorated with some interesting gems and looks like a bit of a rare item.
Can I pass it to, I guess, NVD to see if there's any magic on it?
Sure. In VT, you cast Detect Magic.
Yes.
There is a magic emanating from this circlet.
Very interesting. We'd need some time to study this.
Yeah, you guys can always spend a short rest to identify it. Likewise, if you have the Identify spell, you can cast it.
Maybe we don't stay down here longer than we need to.
Yeah, it's kind of spooky.
I'll
I'll
give this back later.
How many people are in our team? 1, 2, 3, 6. Ugh. If I split that gold, like, I'm not gonna lie, none of us really get that much. So
Flo says, peering around the corner.
None of the
Oh.
boys found all this. Probably serves them right for leaving me here.
I'll just keep
Just,
the gold.
yeah, I was about to say just keep the gold for now, and like spend it on group stuff later.
Was there anything over here? What was this?
This
Oh.
is nothing.
Oh.
You say it's nothing, Jason.
Roll
You
for
keep
nothingness.
insisting that it's nothing. I'm not convinced.
Nothing is everything.
Sun Kong, you turn the corner to see it lead down south.
It's quite a labyrinthine basement.
There's nothing that goes up.
No stairs or anything that goes
Okay.
up here.
It just looked like there might be a path there. Ooh,
Oh,
this looks like a trap.
why?
This looks like a fucking.
It's like again.
What? Oh,
Oh, he's dead.
Sun Kong runs into a large marble tiled floor, bounding over what looks like a relatively decorated tomb over to a large chest. Sun Kong, you see within, if you spend a couple minutes to count, 2,082 gold inside.
and I don't know. Is that? I mean, is this an offering to their, you know?
Well, they're
Oh,
not
you
here
think?
anymore.
Do you think that?
Yeah,
But
go
can't they
ahead
be
and take it, Slub says.
That's
You
That's-
bear the
I
curse.
don't want to hide me.
That's-
You can't switch me.
that's 347 gold per adventurer.
But how many
In-
curses do we get?
In VG, maybe you could detect and see if there's any malicious magics or anything over it
Before we take it?
before we take it.
NVT, you run a glowing hand over the chest. No magic emanating from here. It looks like just some solid gold.
Take it.
Take the gold.
Just
Ah.
morality at this
What
point.
about from the guy? Yeah, is there any magic on that guy, the dead body?
Yeah, I wanna
What, that body?
do an
The
arcana
guy.
check on this coffin.
The coffin thing.
24.
Yeah, was that Arcana check?
Mm-hmm.
You sense no magic coming from here, but you do see an inscription now that you have taken the time to read it instead of jumping over it like Sun Kong. It reads Francis, first founder of this church.
I'm not gonna take any gold.
Yeah.
I'm not
Woe be
scared.
upon those that take my gold.
I'm not scared of this. I'm perfectly fine taking this gold. It was 3,082 you said, and Ilana's not taking any.
2,082.
The group can also take my take. I don't really need gold for anything.
Oh shit.
Glosse doesn't want
Big
this dead
money
guy's
over here.
gold. Because Ilana doesn't want it, Glosse is paranoid and doesn't
Oh.
want to touch it either.
Rinkaz and Sun Kong. It's a red letter day for us, actually.
I shake my head and I grab one of the glow sticks and kind of shrug and put it down in front of the tomb and say a few words and say, sorry your followers couldn't stay with you, and just kind of walk out.
Oh.
I don't.
Interesting practices you guys have.
He says,
So just
seeing
two of us?
Rinkaz do that, and then behind him, people shoving gold into their pockets.
did Rinkaz take gold too?
No.
No.
So it's just Sun Kong and Aesop?
Yep.
Fuck yes! Aesop waddles in next to Sun Kong and just greedily splits all the gold with him.
So
What?
that's like $1,000 a piece.
That's 1,041 gold split between the two of us.
There's like other items in here than gold, like some precious looking gems and stuff. But as usual, you
Yeah.
guys know that you could pawn that off next time. Basically get the gold value here now.
Quick,
All
kill
right.
the monkey! Kill the monkey!
If I killed Sun Kong now, all the gold and his heart would be mine.
Do it.
No, I'm not gonna do that. Are you
I
kidding
guess
me?
this is the end.
I'm not evil.
Right? Let's
Just
turn
curious.
back and go check out the cave now.
Yeah, you
This
guys.
was a profitable venture.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, I give I give Shlev 7 gold.
Nice.
Here you
7.
are for your troubles.
Alright,
Ew.
alright, he says, taking it. Thank you.
Ew.
I'm just
Alright.
joking about the curses, all. If any of this money was cursed, I'd be dead long ago.
I look at him and chillingly say, "Oh, I've been cursed enough already. What's one more?"
Wait, what does he mean by that?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So Jason, can we just walk back? Or,
Yeah,
or-
you guys feel like you have besides identifying this circlet in the chest, you guys feel like you've pretty thoroughly investigated the basement here.
This was great. I hope every temple we visit is like this. Abandoned and filled with gold.
So having filled some of your pockets and finding a circlet
Two
as
of our
well
pockets.
as what Amron found as a greater spell scroll of dispel gates or portals, depending on the translation. You guys make your way back up the spiral staircase up to the first floor. Let's move you over.
Mechanical.
Well, I
Who was-
suppose if we are really going to pay homage to these pilgrims here, we would do well and finish the job that they started with the scroll that Amron took. Amron took the scroll.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Let's see if we can't find this cave that Invidi found out about.
To the cave!
Oh,
On the
I,
back, right?
I don't want to go to no cave.
All right, Slev, you sit down on the couch over there, relax.
Yes,
By yourself.
sit down alone
Drink-
in this quiet old
No, no,
temple.
no, no, no.
Yes.
You don't
Above the
understand. I ain't worried about me. You're my ticket off of here. You'll die if you go there.
Oh, please. We'll be perfectly alright. Just promise me if you see anything weird, don't freak out.
That's where I saw the weird things, was in that cave.
What was it that you saw?
I heard voices. Weird mist coming up from that hole in the ground. Picked the mushrooms out of there, although I didn't like the cut of the place. Gave me a weird feeling inside. I don't want to go back there. You're asking for nothing but danger if you all go there.
Please, we're wild nuts. Danger's what we do.
Could you understand the voices?
No, I didn't understand a lick of what they said. Just made my mind tan over.
I still think that you should stay here.
Oh, I ain't going in there.
Alone.
Okay.
I don't want to be left alone, but
Actually, come to think of it, was there any more of that strange compound you were drinking?
oh, it's a good thing you found me. Pretty sure I drank every last drop of it.
Oh, okay, good. I was just saying that if there were still some here, we would do well to round it up and dispose of it, in case anyone else happens upon this temple.
It had a bad taste to it, but I assume it's just got some healing properties. Probably not bad to take with you. Fortunately, pretty sure I downed all of it.
I kind of look worried at Amrit.
Have you heard any voices since then?
I'm pretty sure you hear the cracks and the creaks here in the chapel. Sometimes I think I hear voices, can't understand what they're saying. Of course, isolation will do that to you. Make you hear things.
This guy seems alright.
Alright, well, we will return for you. Just, if you find any more vials of the, medicine, don't drink it, please.
You're only asking for trouble going in that cave, Missy. But you do what you do. I just as hope you come back soon enough to get me off this Prodden rock.
We'll be back.
He kind of pulls out the rations that were initially thrown at him by Rinkaz and kind of keeps scarfing down the rest. Kind of goes and sits down.
Can I check on this little white guy?
Sure.
Ilana's new AG.
You notice that the second ration you had sat down on the ground has been snatched up.
Can I do some sort of check? I remember, didn't we communicate with them before? Or, like, do something?
There was one that had some base form of communication with usually like hand signals with you.
Can I guess, like, wave at it?
So like you're kind of making it obvious you're entering the room.
Yeah.
So it kind of does that like animalistic thing where it notices you and watches you, and you wave at it. It doesn't seem to wave back.
Can I say hello?
It stares back at you in silence.
I guess I'll try to come closer to it.
It backs up a bit defensively.
Can I hold out my hand to it?
Sure. Make another animal handling check.
Okay. That's a 17? Yeah. No, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Ooh, that's not bad. It backs up against the wall as it sees your hand extended. It leans a little forward and kind of, you see its nostrils flare as it kind of sniffs your way.
I'm just a friend. And I want to hold out just like a little bit more food to it.
It studies you for a second, but then takes a step forward. And another step forward. And kind of grabs the food quickly out of your hands and runs back behind the bed.
I want to try to convince it to come with us.
Ew! Stop!
Keep doing
I don't
that.
like that.
This
I
is
wanna-
like E.T. with D&D.
I want to pull out some more food, but when it comes closer, I want to try to like touch it. I can't remember. I know there's stuff about these things, and I can't remember anything.
You feel like it would probably take a couple minutes for to finish off this whole ration that you just gave it.
They were
Okay.
brain food for the Duskmen, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, the Duskmen just ate them like cattle.
Yeah, I
Well,
think you guys
weren't
did
they,
checks to find out that they were once part of a race known as the Frau, which is actually what your
Yeah.
navigator is,
Mm-hmm,
but had been enslaved by the Illithid and basically turned into cattle, thus the reason for their diminished intelligence and frantic, skittish nature.
Okay. I'm gonna try to like hold out more and try to get it to come with me. Like I want to like hold out more and like see if it'll follow me like while I walk out.
Make a persuasion check as it kind of watches you.
That is an 21.
It waits for you to make some distance, but it seems to slowly be following you a little bit. Almost like it's trying to keep out of your notice, even though it's doing a terrible job.
All right. I'm trying to get him to follow me, follow us while we go.
This is great.
This poor little baby.
I want to like drop like pieces here and there, you know,
All right,
while it's following.
You're doing the Reese's Pieces ET thing. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Along with your persuasion check, he follows behind,
sweet.
but clearly keeping distance from the rest of your group.
Okay.
You guys see Ilana coming back up with this guy.
Okay.
Oh, all right. Oh, he
I'm-
can keep Shlev company.
Oh!
I don't think so. But we might need him or something. Maybe there's.
You
gonna be
keep
more
that
down
white
there. I
freak
don't know.
away from me, he says.
Okay, maybe not.
Shut up,
Right.
Shlev. You suck.
I ain't good for nothing, those things.
You aren't either.
I'm good at killing big rats.
You're a little bitch.
He says, taking another bite into his ration that Rinkaz gave.
I sneeze and drop the rope and say his name again.
No, not the white baby. No.
Okay.
I want to
think you
protect
can
the
only-
white baby.
I think you can only do it once per day anyway.
Oh,
Son
my
of a
God.
bitch.
Rinkaz drops a rope on the ground
Nothing
and
happens.
stares at it. The Uortling sniffs its way.
Put the
Seems to
rope
be
back up.
slowly getting closer to you, Ileana.
I'm just gonna keep giving him a little bit of food.
This shit is so
The
silly.
more it follows.
The little freak whisperer.
Little freak whisperer.
Amarin or Glosse?
What was Glosse?
Well, you have a monkey behind you, so.
Got him.
Sun Kong resembles that remark. Alright. Are you guys heading out back?
I suppose
Yeah.
so.
You take
Okay.
him out back and leave him for dead.
Oh my God, no!
Not the. No, the smelly one.
Shlev or Monkey Sun Kong, Monkey Kong.
It applies to many.
You guys follow the raised platform that leads out, and as you begin walking down the platform, Aesop, you're not sure why you didn't see it before, but you do see the opening of a
I
cavern
know exactly
at the far
why I
end.
didn't see it before.
As you guys approach, the Uortling seems to be keeping some distance away now, Ileana.
put out more food for it.
Oh my god.
It gives you what looks like a bit of a worried look from its large, full black eyes, and it does not take the food or follow you anymore now that you're closing in on proximity of the cavern.
Okay. I'm gonna go back and give him the full ration.
It
And-
does the thing where it's a little warmed up to you, but it still kind of grabs it quickly and holds it close to it.
Like, pet it, I guess.
It lets you pet it.
And I'll give it some water and just let it do its thing. If it doesn't want to come with us, I can't make it.
It
But it probably
looks
knows something we don't know.
it looks to the rest of the group and begins to run off into the distance towards some rocks. Ilya, to make a perception check.
It's not the greatest, but it's a 13.
It's not difficult. You see as it makes some distance behind some of the rocks, you now see peering over the rocks out some yards, a couple other wardlings peering over.
Oh, before I run into the cavern, I want to like set out some more, like a lot more food for them, just like
Okay.
at a distance.
just-
They can come up and get it.
Ilona's like the biggest like hard ass, but she has like a heart of gold for like anything subhuman.
Animal.
Yeah, like animals or like these little creatures.
Just like, fuck
And the,
everything.
and the poor. I don't rob from the poor or the
Oh.
dead.
Or the dead. Yeah.
She's, ow, that hurt my ear. Why did you do that?
You sense that they're probably too scared to approach with all of you standing out here, but Ilana, you get the feeling that they probably may be curious enough to grab the rations you set out for them. So just mark that off your sheet, however
Yeah.
many you set out.
I'll put out like 3 or 4.
You
Plus the, like,
guys
2 I already gave him.
continue making tracks and find yourselves at the entrance to what looks like a cave-like opening in the side of the crater wall.
It's all black.
Just a
Can't
second.
see anything, Jason.
Hang on,
Jesus.
just a
It's just a
second.
black blob.
Jason, I can't see anything.
Hang on,
There's
just
a
a
giant
second.
fog of blurry.
Do I need to log out? Jason's
I
not
don't
working.
hear any music. Oh, this looks like shit.
I'd like not see anything again.
It's more of these mushrooms.
Do you have music playing, Jason?
You guys may need to refresh, and let's see.
Okay, I'm gonna refresh.
It's a slow starter.
Oh shit. Well,
I think I hear it.
Pretty ambient. Turn it up here.
So,
oh yeah, there it is. I got it.
As you guys peer into the opening of this cave, you see now, similar to how Shlev mentioned to you guys, the cave is dimly lit with bioluminescent looking shrooms that dot the area here. It's a large opening that kind of just rounds out and ends at a wall on the far end. It seems like there's some smaller openings that lead to other areas, but you do notice easily up ahead a large cavernous looking hole in the
Is this? This is not like what you described, Amryn. You made it sound like a Terran reality. This is clearly not the same thing.
This is not the same thing.
Ah.
Ugh. It doesn't. Okay, so. I want to do an Arcana check to check for Fire Realm energy.
Sure.
19.
You sense a powerful energy that feels like the same Far Realm energies in your past adventures pouring from this hole.
Can I sense if there is a portal that needs to be closed down there, or if we need to actually...
If you could get closer, you could look down it.
I'm gonna approach with her.
You peer over the edge. It seems pretty steep, although with some decent checks you could maybe throw down some rope or go down by hand with some of the jutting rocks, but it leads into darkness.
I
I have
have
a
a-
climbing kit.
I'm gonna put my goggles on and use. I guess I'll use. What is true sight again?
True sight lets you see through stuff like invisibility or illusions.
I'll do that. I'll use it's 1 minute concentration, 30 feet radius. I'm doing that.
You do so and peer down. Your vision doesn't seem to change all that much.
Okay.
Can I do? Can I just look down with my dark vision? That should see like 120 feet.
Yeah, Amron, if there was some type of immediate portal down this hole, you feel like you would sense it, perhaps deeper within.
I'm gonna drop a torch down so that those of us without dark vision can
Sure.
at least see the bottom.
Yeah, between that and Ileona kind of peering down, it seems to fall down what you assume is probably like 100 or so feet before clacking against the ground. It sounds wet as it hits, and it goes out.
Oh,
So then I can see down there.
You can, yeah.
I can. Okay, like the full duration.
Yeah,
all the way to the bottom.
you can peer down. It goes down some ways. It doesn't look like water down there because you can see the wood of the torch sort of batter against what looks like a floor. It's just maybe it's covered in some type of water or something from the wetness of the cavern.
well, I suppose we could begin climbing.
I'll crack a glow stick and throw one down there.
I may need some help. I'm not. I don't have the most upper body strength.
I can set up the climber's kit, and we could just like go down. That has like rope and the little things that stick in the ground and stuff. We can just like go down.
If it's a matter of balance, I can do well there.
So yeah, guys, you tell me how you want to descend.
Sounds like one at a time with Ilana's climber's kit.
Okay.
Yep.
Ileona,
Base jumping.
you
I
set
could
up.
probably go without it.
Yeah, Sun Kong, you feel like your climbing abilities will give you no issue climbing down here, with or without the climber's kit. Ileona, you punch in the bolt into the stone surface and run a attached rope to it, throwing it down, and you begin to descend. I will need to make everyone who's using the climber's kit and the rope and stuff, I'll allow you guys to make a check. I'll say, since we'll say that Ileona, you're using the full extent of the climber's kit, so you have like 2 picks in hand and some spiked boots that let you like go down, so you get to do it at advantage. Everyone else can still use the rope. I'll give you a +4 to your checks, and this will
Nice.
be athletics to climb down the rope. Or I'll take acrobatics.
Oh, thank God.
Okay.
Glace can do that.
All right. After Ilana and Sun Kong are down, I guess I'm going next.
Mine's a 20,
Oh Jesus! Fuck.
21.
I mean, you easily begin descending, Ileona. You feel like you'll have no issue. Sun Kong, you too, similarly, you wrap your monkey tail around some of the jutting rocks and stuff and easily begin palming your way down.
That's a 26.
Yeah, you're fine.
But-
You don't even need
but
to roll.
it's-
Yeah, I
So-
figured, but I wanted to.
I have Jira sit on Aesop's shoulder, kind of like
Oh, hello.
look and levitate, give him what would be guidance or a
Oh.
1d4 on his ability check.
Good. Okay.
Sure, sure.
And also, since this is acrobatics, I do that thing where it's like, I rappel down, you know, like kicking off of the edge of the roof.
Yeah, that makes
yeah.
sense.
All right, and then we get a +4 to this, right?
+4 to your checks, correct. Along with the
Oh,
guidance.
it's yeah. I mean, with the guidance, that's like That's like a 24.
Yeah, using the rope, and you guys aren't in any particular hurry. It's not a difficult check. So
Yeah,
who?
24.
What was the Glosse's check?
Glosse was 24. Does
Oh.
anyone need a bardic inspiration, by the way?
Oh, I think we're good.
Good
Okay.
for now.
Depending on Rinkazan and Vidi, they both got 12s.
They're fine.
Okay.
You guys
Ah.
slip a bit, but your tight grip of the rope keeps you held aloft.
I'm gonna use a lucky point for Amryn.
Uh-oh, what happened?
I rolled a 1. Wait.
Ooh.
And that's how my story ends.
Uh,
Dead at the bottom of a pit with a snapped neck.
I get to add. Okay, well that time I rolled a 17, so.
Oh, nice.
Oh, very, very fortuitous for you to do so, yes. Imran, you have a flash in your mind of falling down this multi-story cavern hole, and you tighten your grip ever more to make sure that you don't fall down. As you guys are climbing down, can you tell me the order in which you're going? I'm
I feel
assuming.
like I would have went like first or second.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Ileona first, Sun Kong second. Can you guys give me the rest of the order?
I would like to go as soon as Sun Kong goes.
Okay, that'd be Amryn, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go last.
Okay.
We can line up. We should line up in the order.
I'll say this: who's underneath? I believe it's Glosсе. Or I should ask this: who's holding the crystal communicator?
Oh, Glosse.
Oh, Glosse, yeah.
Who's underneath Glosсе?
I guess we can.
Beauty's underneath me.
And Vidi, you haven't noticed this before, but there's this really cool looking, like geodesic, like fist-sized device that kind of flops up and down in Glosse's, like fashionable pack on her back. And it seems to be glowing more and more with a purple intensity as you lower.
What are you fucking weird?
Of fucking course.
Oh fuck! Far Realm and Wyrd. Ooh.
It's quite the
Rip,
interesting device you have there in your
guys.
backpack.
Oh what? What are you?
Your backpack's glowing.
What color is it glowing?
It's purple or violet.
Glosse starts
Rip.
crying.
Oh, Far Realm and the Weird. Interesting.
Is there a problem?
We're in the weird.
You guys,
Means
Oh,
bad
go ahead.
things may happen. That's all I was gonna say.
you guys continue descending. The blackish nature and dark grayish nature of the stonework begins turning a eerie green as you descend. The structure of the rockwork begins to change shape, taking on almost an alien-looking nature. You reach the bottom. A splash of what sounds like maybe some type of muck or water, some type of film that coats the surface of the floor here. And you peer around, finding yourself in an alien environment that looks nothing like the stonework above. If you guys will move over to the left side of this map here.
Okay.
Cthulhu.
I did see us, but now I don't see us.
We're at the like middle.
Ah, there we
area.
go. Oh, this is the big. Oh, this is the big one, boys. Oh, this is. I don't like this.
I click on my flashlight.
Oh my goodness, where are we?
Does anyone in the party need a light source?
Probably.
Whoa! What is that?
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Yeah, it's Cthulhu.
We should probably just put one on just in case, just a light source, right? You know,
Yeah,
so-
because
I
I
can't
think.
see the dark.
Yeah, I can't either.
Who is cracking some type of light source? I'll say let's do that before you move ahead, Ileana.
Okay.
I've got my beam on my rifle, but that's just the frontal
I
cone.
also have
that goes
my
up.
dancing lights.
You
That
do
helps.
dancing lights.
Yeah.
I can cast light on an object too and let people use.
Ooh.
There's two glace. Ah!
This is dancing light glacé.
Oh, dancing light.
How much light does that provide? If you could let me know, by the way.
Yes. It is scrolling down. Okay. 4 torch-sized lights or 1 human-sized light, 10-foot radius of dim light.
5e torch. Let's see how much light that provides. I believe it's like 20 feet. Let's double check.
20 feet of another light created by this spell and the... Wait.
Range
It's-
20, 40, okay.
I kind of want to like stay out of just like the brim of the light, however far that is, which I think is about where I'm at.
Should allow you guys to see a little
Okay.
bit.
I can move in VDs.
What?
Yeah, me too.
Everybody can move in VDs.
That's fine.
Group support. So
Move around and
Don't
stuff.
move NVIDIA against his will.
Or your band.
Or your band. What if I do this? Change it up.
No.
No, still moving.
I don't know why that's so funny.
I could technically move Alana too, but
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Stop
shit.
it!
I it wasn't me, not me.
It was
Oh,
me.
did it-
Character can see a lot more than you guys think.
If everybody's okay with vision, then I'll hold off.
Oh, whoa, what is that?
I think we're
Did
okay
you see my
for now.
message?
So, we're in the Wyrd, and this is also
Whoa,
far
whoa,
realm,
whoa,
right?
whoa, whoa.
Hang on,
Not
everyone.
that
Let's
far.
do one thing at a time. One thing at a time. What was your
did you
question?
see? We're guaranteed in the Wyrd, but this is also mixed with far realm energy.
Your crystal communicator is glowing a bright purple.
Okay.
And the structure of the rockwork around here has a very alien nature to it.
Yeah, can I roll like a super stealth? Like I don't. What I just saw, I definitely don't want it
What
to
did
see.
would describe it? What did you just?
Oh, hang on. Let me roll my stealth real quick. 21,
You
Sorry.
feel
22.
pretty stealthy.
Okay, so when I go here, I can see down, and you remember the black ichor?
Mm.
It's that, but like a blob that looks like it's moving.
Looks like a
And-
muck.
I'm just gonna keep.
Ileana, you see some type of strange-looking alien-like fountain or
Ooh.
some type of waterway. A sickening green fluid that bubbles within, and a large, blackish ooze-like creature seems to be dipping in and out of it.
Fascinating.
I don't ever want to see that again. Is this a doorway, Jason? Or
You
is this...
turn to see what looks like a strange film up against the wall. It's thick, and you can't peer through it.
Ugh.
It's as if it's some type of alien doorway.
Oh my god.
This is
I do
utterly
not like
fascinating.
this.
It seems almost
Um,
part biological.
Can I...
Down on
do
the
it-
far end, you see what looks like an open area with some type of raised alien structure in the center. Large green-like tendrils have sprouted from the wall and are
Oh.
almost curiously feeling across the floor.
I don't like this.
Uh,
I don't like this.
is this like? Is it moving though? The floor? Is it moving? The walls? Are they moving at all?
As you pick your feet up across the surface of the floor, there is some type of gross film that sticks to the bottom of your feet, but nothing else seems to be moving with the structure itself.
Can
Rinkaz, can you make me a stealth check, please?
Oh my god, you're dead.
Why did you do that?
I didn't see it till now. That's what I was saying. I had my light on. I couldn't see anything past a certain point up here.
You should be able to see from Glacé's moat.
Yeah, I can.
I couldn't see past here until I got up to where Sung Kong is now.
Oh, you mean around the corner? Well, that's probably the case. Yeah, give me a stealth check if you don't mind.
No,
Actually,
I mean, any of this in this room, I couldn't see up here.
You may want to reload then, because I've given all players see that light there.
At any rate, you're dead, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, goodbye.
Die in real life.
You died in the game, you died for real.
Oh, what the fuck is that?
There you go. Now you're getting it.
I still don't see a beam for my light though.
I'll actually call for... Okay, so that's 20. I'm actually going to change this to a dex saving throw, so...
Ooh.
What would be the total in that case?
18.
Okay. You, turning the corner, Rinkaz, almost step on one of the tendrils nearby. It seems to be slowly moving across the floor and feeling the air in almost a curious nature.
Oh my god.
Ileona, all of you guys passing within 10 feet of this thing need to make a dexterity saving
Oh
throw.
my god.
no.
I'm just sitting back here with Nvidi, like, are they just going to walk into those tentacles repeatedly?
I need one from Ileona, Sun Kong, and Amran.
Fuck.
Strange. That's such.
It's a dex saving throw?
Yes, please.
It says dex save versus area effects. Is that not an area effect?
This is not an area effect.
Okay. So that's gonna be at 11.
Okay.
22.
22, and Amran, rather, you got 16.
Yeah.
Ileona, as you are moving to pass by, you pick up one of your feet, and some of the slaps of the sluck that pulls off from your boot hits the ground with a soft pop, whipping your way as one of the tendrils that hits you for 5 acid damage.
Oh my god.
This film can, I mean, Aesop, you've worked with blood before, but
Indeed.
have you worked with like body parts and like the inside?
I mean, I know the basics, yes.
Is there anything that this film pulls on the inside of like a digestive system, like a throat?
Well, let's just take a little old nature check on that. That's gonna be a 17. I kind of stoop down to the ground and run my thumb and forefinger.
Aesop, it's a disgusting pull against your feathery fingers. You give it a sniff and once over. It looks like some type of film that would usually cover maybe some type of gross, slucked, aberrant creature, but for some reason is lining the walls and floor of this whole area.
I take a sample of it,
Okay.
just for later use. Oh, I suppose we should come along then if we're all going this way.
Yeah.
I'll get ready to make my dex saving throw as I try to jump through the tentacles.
Okay.
I will get Bardic.
Oh, there's somebody up ahead.
I don't need bardic inspiration if it's a dex saving throw.
Doesn't VD need anything?
I should be okay with Dex.
I can't give this shit away.
You gotta save.
I mean, yeah, save it for like a big old fight with some bad
Yeah.
Ugin or something. Anyway, dex saving throw is gonna be a 16.
It's just a D20 plus your Dex mod, right?
It's your saving throw.
Yeah,
It's-
it's that table in between strength and maximum hit points.
The one that has like all your little modifiers.
It's different than your modifier, but yeah, it's a table that says saving throws.
It's right
Using
below your.
Under your name.
Oh, got it. Yeah, so it's plus that number?
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh, then yeah, please.
Using your crow-like feet, Aesop, you study the greenish tendrils and sort of step over them, making sure that
Excuse
they
me.
don't sense your presence.
Excuse me.
Similar
There
to
we are.
you in VT, you do the same, keeping Jira on your shoulder.
Can I roll another stealth when I see this guy or thing
You
or whatever?
certainly can. How you guys notice Iolana is tensed up and is moving stealthily at this point.
Do you want us that there's someone in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
28.
You feel very stealthy, Ileana. Let's just hope that everyone around you is the same.
Oh!
Sh-
Stealthy as a motherfucker.
Sun Kong, you feel very stealthy. Also, Sun Kong, you
Yeah.
rolled a 20.
Oh shit!
Oh,
In
you
the
fucked up.
weird. You
Fucked up.
fucked up. Now you fucked up.
You did.
Bring on the cards. I love it.
I'm gonna need you to roll in D20 for this because you need to roll me a dice
D1000.
that's on my new chart that I'm using for the weird tables.
Oh,
You
shit.
need to roll me a 1d10,000.
Hold.
10,000.
What?
Told you.
9,612.
Man,
Disgusting.
that's gotta be good, right?
It's gotta be.
9,612. Let's see what that
Why
is.
is it 10,000?
This is awesome.
Because it's over 9,000.
It's over 9,000.
Jason's just fucking with us. He's secretly like dividing by 100.
I can show you afterwards what I'm using if you'd like.
Oh god.
It is truly a 1d10,000 chart.
I bet you 9,000 of them are polymorph or fireball.
You hear a gross popping and squeezing noise of some type of gross sound move in the distance.
Ew.
And you can now, everybody make a perception check.
It's awesome.
Ugh. 6.
13.
Anybody 15 or higher can hear what sounds like the licks of a flame from maybe a fire off in the distance where you didn't seem to hear it before.
Oh god. Sun Kong spawned something.
Dude, you set that thing on fire.
That's all I get to know so far? Oh boy.
That's all you see. You don't see
Oh wait,
anything.
I guess I should have done a perception. Yeah, 16.
You can probably see what's ahead, right?
Well, I don't know if I can actually see it, but yeah, I know what Ileana told us.
Well, can you see that creature up ahead?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
I can.
Yeah, if you see it, it's there. You see it.
Okay.
You see what looks like a tall humanoid figure. As you peer at its visage, it seems to shift and move, almost in a weird way reflecting the light. It's hard to make out its features. It's covered in what looks like a black, maybe tarish-like substance. Tendrils seem to come off it and whip in the... It doesn't seem to have noticed you yet.
I would
Nature
kill
check!
it. I would kill it so bad.
13 nature check.
And what are you trying to figure out?
If what like
Anything about it?
if it is it far realm? Is it like a ghost? Is it
Who's this
a
coming
dead-
from?
Huh?
Who's this
Oh, this
coming
is
from?
Amryn.
Amryn, because of the gross visage of this creature moving around and how your eyes almost have a painful time trying to make out its true form, it definitely rings aberrant to you.
I don't know anything about aberrants.
I don't even know what one is.
Can I? Oh fuck. I mean, does it look like it has eyes, or does it look like it is just kind of?
Its
How is it
back
moving?
is turned towards you. It twitches occasionally.
Guys, I want to shoot it.
Do it.
Can I
Take it
kill
out.
I'm going to
I
shoot
can
it.
shoot it quietly.
Just firing line it, everybody.
Did Ilana want to try to do it stealthily?
Yeah, I can do it quietly if you'd like.
Go for it.
Alright.
If I see it turn around afterwards, I'd like to shoot it after Ilana.
I'll say Ilana can get her shot off. And then Amryn, but then we'd have to roll for initiative. If it's still standing.
Ooh, that's a natty 20, boy.
Nice.
Ooh, ooh.
Cool. You get to roll on my D10,000
Oh,
table. Go ahead and do that first if you don't mind.
Oh
Please
my
tell me
God.
transforms into a bunny.
Now we're all gonna fucking roll 20s.
Oh, that's low.
What do you mean that's a low?
I mean,
That's fine.
out of 10,000, that's pretty low.
It's medium.
Is one just instant death? Do we just have a...
This is
I'll find out, guys.
This is completely random. Getting lower or higher doesn't mean anything for your fortune.
And
It's
what
all
is mine?
truly weird. Leona, nothing of particular note happens, but you do get your critical hit. There are no crit hit cards though in the weird. There's only your 20s and 1s that make weird things happen.
So, do I get crit damage?
You would
at all,
get,
or
yes,
no?
it's like normal rules. You get your crit
Okay.
damage.
Then he's about to take a shit ton
Hell
of
yeah.
damage.
Fuck 'em up.
Double sneak attack.
It was sneak attack, so that's there's that.
Fuck
And
him.
then
A bit better.
2 of these. 1, 2, it's 5, 6 each. So that's 26 plus that's 30 damage.
Fuck.
Yeah, fuck him up.
30 damage altogether from the crossbow bolt.
Yeah.
It sinks into the creature. It begins turning your way.
Oh my fucking god.
Does a 15 hit?
You fire off with, what is it, your railgun?
Yeah.
A bolt of electricity fires past towards the creature, but misses.
Fuck! A 15 misses? That's okay.
Uh-oh.
The creature turns your way.
Do it.
Need everybody to roll for initiative.
Let's fuck him up. Cap!
Time to eat my ass, you
Oh
fucking
my
inky
God.
blob.
What's wrong with you, Rika?
I'll fucking kill this thing. I've been itching to
Oh,
shoot something
I
off
rolled
this
a-
damn planet.
I rolled a double 1!
You rolled a 1?
Initiative score doesn't count.
Initiative doesn't count.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's fucking amazing, though.
Just go last.
Holy shit. Okay.
I will say that as soon as you fired that shot on Amryn,
Oh, there's like 2 versions of
I was gonna
us
say, you have us
Tornado.
in the Tornado twice.
I don't like it.
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
The fuck? Why?
Yeah, Jason, why?
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 Rinkaz is gonna drool at the sight of your railgun.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know it or not, but I have an affinity for lightning
Oh, nice.
and
I know it
electricity.
now.
I don't know where you would have gotten such a...
There's a long story behind the name Surge.
Oh, I thought you were just making
You
a
were
Kaz
struck
reference.
by lightning.
Fuck Kaz, no.
Oh no!
No, not him too. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, Storm Source.
Really?
He could be
Yeah.
added to the legacy of love.
Everybody get their initiatives entered?
No, because you didn't add.
Fucked it up.
I didn't add Amron. Is that who it is?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Punch that shit in. Descending. Rinkaz, a ghoulish, aberrant-looking black form turns your way, tendrils whipping in the air, a large maw where its face should be. It's difficult to even look at. Its blurry nature shifts as its body twitches. You're up.
Oh, fuck it.
I mean, I don't know what to do. I have a rifle in my hand. I mean,
Shoot it!
it's there. I'm here. Now I'm here, and it's gonna die there. Using my energy rifle, I'm gonna take 1 point of grit and use it because I want to have advantage on my first attack.
Okay.
It's
Roll
25
20.
hit.
25 hits.
For 12.
Is your rifle have any gems socketed into it?
No.
Okay. A loud shot rings out as the shoulder of whatever this thing is pushed back from a shot, ringing out from Rinkaz's big rifle.
Is it still standing?
Still.
I will take a second attack on it.
Okay.
23.
That hits.
16.
Nice, okay. Another shot rings out, punching into the creature.
Is it still standing?
It's still standing.
What in the unholy ass is this thing?
I have a feeling it's like probably takes magic or some shit.
Knowledge checks are free.
Yeah, can I do a nature or something on this again?
Sure.
Sure. Survival?
I think a nature check would be better.
All I got is a 10, so.
I'll make a
That's better.
nature check.
Okay.
It's 11
All I
flat.
got is a 10.
14.
Sun Kong, it looks like the crossbow bolt and these two shots from Rinkaz's gun are not harming it as much as you thought it would.
Fuck.
I'm useless. I have no magical weapons
I was
at
gonna
all.
say, yeah, it doesn't look like those physical attacks are doing quite as much damage as we may think.
What's bad against aberrant damage? What's that weak against?
There's not really a thing
Well,
for it in
yeah, it all depends on the creature. There's no it's not kind of like Pokemon where they're always hurt by something. It just
Right.
depends on the creature. Although with some checks, maybe something other than nature, maybe you can suss out what they may be
Like a religion
resistant to or immune to.
check. Or can I? Or...
I'm gonna finish my movement by taking one step right here.
All right, very good. Anything else, Rinkaz?
I holler back to them. I say, "We're gonna need magic on this thing.
Okay.
Can you bless my weapon? Question mark.
Bless
Not-
this, please.
Excuse you, Mrs. Trump. How dare you?
Sun Kong, you're up.
You.
That I know of.
Sun
Are
Kong,
some Kong's
Damn it.
punches magical?
Sun Kong, you know
Yes,
your
they are.
fists themselves are magic.
Yes.
Yeah, get up right on it. There you go.
Yeah, no, of course, absolutely. I know you love when I do that.
talks to you in a slack-jawed New York accent. Oh no, I just found the thing. It's on me now. Help me.
Hey, yo, Frankie, get the fuck up out of here.
Hey,
Well,
fuck
that
you! You
misses.
come over here.
What is your problem?
Is this from a punch, Sun Kong?
Fuck me! Fuck you! No, yeah.
You punch, and the strange, jittery, blur-like nature of the creature sees your fist miss.
And...
Oh, this is bad. I don't like this.
Yeah.
I
Fucking
like
love the weird.
everything that's
Hey,
happening
before
right
you
now.
do your crit damage, let's have a good old D10,000 roll.
Maybe your fists will turn into something cool.
Huzzah! 4,691.
Jason's having a grand old time. I
Was he waiting specifically for that number? He's like,
Right?
I was
Seriously, he's
waiting
like,
for
why
this."
were you so excited about that number?
No, it's just funny hearing you guys read something like that off.
True. Does anything happen?
Logging it for later.
Oh, no.
It's every buff that's going to the boss. It's just getting horrible mutations. It's going to kill everything.
It's just getting stronger.
It's absorbing the magic.
Sun Kong, do you say anything as you're punching at this thing?
How
Say
many?
something. Say something.
Fuck you! Fuck me!
What the?
Oh no, I don't like that. Okay,
As
that's
Sun Kong says this, it seems like some type of vapor or smoke pours from his nose for some reason.
what the.
What?
Otherwise, nothing happened.
What?
You said smoke came out of my nose?
Yep.
I don't like this.
Sakon, you're too close to that thing.
You. Besides
Am I
that,
still alright?
yeah. You're wondering
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you don't smoke magic cigs. Where's that smoke coming from? But you get your crit damage.
Okay, yeah. So the 6, and then hold on.
Make sure whatever dice you're rolling that you roll twice, since we're just going by the normal crit rolls.
Why am I fucking up tonight? I can't do shit.
Forget your inspiration cards if you.
Oh, I did forget.
So 6 and 5 plus 3, yeah, 14.
You punch into the creature.
And yep.
Let's see.
Since I did hit it, also, I would like to use a key point.
Pushes against the wall.
Oh boy.
You use a key
what?
point. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna try to see if I could affect it with my stunning fist. Since it was hit by my melee attack,
Okay, sure.
con save, or it's stunned until the end of my next turn, maybe?
Double checking. Okay. It needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Con save, and the DC, my DC is Wisdom, right? My save thing.
It should tell you somewhere on there.
Well, I mean, the ability I get, my
It's
DC 's
always Dex. It's always
Dex.
the same thing.
Okay.
I don't know why it's listed as Wisdom. Sorry, let me change it.
Well, it actually
Okay.
might be. Oh, Stunning Fist might be Wisdom. I don't know. I mean, I don't play a monk, but it should all key off the same ability score always.
Well, Dex and Wisdom, it looks like the same thing anyway, so it's 14.
Well, there you go.
Got
It's the
a
save.
15.
Damn it. Alright, well, I still get my bonus hit. So... oh, god damn it! What the fuck?
You miss, but you don't do anything terribly bad other than having to roll me a D10,000.
Oh my god.
Wow, you guys are really getting use out of this chart already.
1,833. I rolled that 3 times now.
Sun Kong, you feel like man, no matter what everyone else did, you ran in and punched this thing with your fists. Now there's a bit of a weird smoke coming from your nose sometimes when you talk. You feel like you know everything.
What?
What does that mean?
You feel like you're omniscient. Not you have this place down to a T. You know exactly what's going on.
Okay, mechanically, does that do anything to me, or I'm just overconfident?
That's just how you feel.
Okay. I know all. I guess that's my turn.
Sun Kong says it's a vapor comes from his nose.
That monkey. Okay.
Wow, the monkey is fucking stupid.
I don't know what's happening, and I'm really scared, guys. That's my time. That's it. We're good.
The creature turns towards you, Sun Kong,
Of course it does.
and begins to throw a whip with its tendrils for 21 versus AC.
Yeah, that is.
Oh, he's dead.
He's the one-shotted.
Right.
So dead.
You take 4 piercing damage,
Oh, that's
and
not
your
bad.
mind reels as you take
Uh-oh.
12 psychic damage.
Okay.
Rip.
Do I have to keep different scores, or is it just?
No, I'm just letting you know, provided some of you may be resistant
Oh,
or
wait, you said
sometimes this and
psychic?
that. Yes.
Resistance to psychic. So
What? Where'd you get that from?
it's that one of the.
Being stupid as fuck.
Yeah,
What was the
exactly.
last gem?
Yeah, his brain don't
It's
work.
a gemstone that I have slotted.
Yeah, my brain don't work. So well.
How
My
advantageous.
brain don't
Fucking
work
brain don't
like
work.
that.
That was the one we got for
it's
like
a gemstone that I have.
Nice.
15
I
minutes.
love that it became relevant.
Finally, it's the first time it's ever been useful. So what does that mean? Do I take like half damage?
Half of the 12, so 6.
Okay.
So
So
10
6
altogether.
more? Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, it wasn't fun, but it wasn't horrible.
And Vidi, you hear something coming from behind you.
It's the first D10,000 that I rolled.
Oh, there's
Fucking-
another one up there.
Oh.
Oh no. Okay, this wasn't my fault. Yay.
With a roiling smoke around it as it begins to chatter in some unknown language. It disappears from its spot and reappears
Whoa,
right
whoa.
here.
Shit.
Rip,
God, I'm not
rip
near
little
either
dragon
one.
baby.
Yeah, Ilana's in a nice spot.
She gets a front row seat to see everyone die.
And she didn't even have to do it herself.
Another one vanishes and appears
Oh.
right here.
All right, everyone, get behind me. I'm
They-
talking to the people up north.
God.
They are done. NVT, you are up next. Wait, hang on. Let me double check something.
Oh
Please
no.
Let me double check something.
No, you already said you were done, Jason.
No,
Yeah,
that's
you said you're done, so like your turn's over.
I need to
know
see
you
something.
don't know the rules, but
no, that's a bonus action.
How come this one didn't have to make a dexterity check against the tentacles, Jason?
yeah,
Aborted.
This is their home.
that is their tentacles.
NVT1 whips
So
your
dukes.
way right next to you for 13 versus AC.
Will be a miss.
Ooh, good AC for.
Good
caster.
job. It is your turn up next.
Get behind me if you can.
I don't think I can move without
It does get to whip at you if you move out of its range.
Unless you have like
Unless you can
Some sort of-
teleport or something.
my
know.
my thing.
Which
Or just kill it.
kind of looks like what they did just a second ago.
Huh.
Disengage.
No, I don't have any of that stuff. I'm not cool.
You have disengage. Everyone has disengage. It's an
Is this-
action though, so you can't attack. You could do a bonus action spell if you have one of those.
Just healing. So I would like to. Yeah, I'll risk an opportunity attack and move here.
Nice.
Excellent. Excellent. 21 versus AC.
Oh no.
It slashes, raking across your back with a ribbon-like dagger in VT for 5 piercing damage and 15 psychic damage.
I would like to drop a sacred flame on this one. Dex saving throw, please.
Okie dokie. Dex. Punch that in. Got a 19. Is there like a half damage against that?
It's usually not half damage on cantrips.
In VT?
No, it's no. I guess it just doesn't work. There's no like half damage on save or anything.
You stumble down the steps and quickly roundabout to point a finger its way, chanting a magic incantation. Flames pour around the area of the creature's body, but it whips around, the blur-like nature of its body diminishing the flame.
You can move your little dragon too, because he already swiped at you, so he can't swipe at the dragon.
That's true.
Oh wait, he already
On
has
its turn.
his turn though. On its
Okay.
turn.
Yeah.
Anything else in VT?
I am going to tell the team to stay close and call out if you need any help or healing.
Okay.
Will do.
NVT says as a gash runs across his back. Aesop, you are up.
He asks if anyone needs healing as I impale my stomach with my cane. I'll let you know, don't worry. My maximum hit points are reduced by 7, and my blood oxidizes as it makes contact with the air, and my cane is now on fire.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So let me get my little buff. So here's a question. Can I share a space with either Jira or Lights Glosse?
I'll say Jira. I mean, yes, technically it could like sit on your shoulder. The lights especially, because it's just like a floating moat.
Okay, well I'll kind of perch below Jira,
Be one of these.
and I'm gonna staying out of the reach of the tentacles. I'm gonna slice at this guy with my rapier. It's a 21 to hit.
That hits.
That's gonna be 7 magical piercing damage because I have my blood on it,
That's very important.
and 6 fire damage. So 13 damage total.
A solid hit
And-
against the creature.
And I will. I'm gonna hit it again. I'm gonna hit it again with the rapier. It's a 22 to hit
That hits.
for 8 piercing damage, magical, and another 3 fire damage. So yeah, not too bad, not too shabby. 24 damage total to him.
Very nice.
And I think with that, that's all I can do in the turn, because it was a bonus action to stab myself.
Very nicely done. Jira, you are up next.
Alright, so I would like to have him I have him move out of the way now. There's another person in the spot. Or no?
Yeah, he can move. He's
Oh,
like sitting on Aesop's shoulder, so he could definitely move around still.
Yeah, I'm gonna have him kind of hide back here.
The one next to Aesop already used his reaction to get you in the back, so he can't fling towards him again.
Okay, I'm just gonna have him sit here.
Okay.
And he's just gonna cower in the corner for a minute defensively.
Okay. Anything else from Jira?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay, Amryn, you are up. Your hair raises on the back of your neck as the surrounding and creatures are beginning to remind you of some time ago.
I want to assess the foe for the wild knots. As a bonus action, you can analyze the aura of one creature you see. You learn its current hit point total and its immunities, resistances, and vulnerabilities. We'll do it to... we'll just do it to this guy right here.
I mean, they're all the same, right?
You imagine that to be the
As far as we
case.
can tell.
I'm gonna use Luke's rules. I'll give you a general idea. This one, after some decent damage from Aesop, seems a bit hurt, but you get the sense that it did a decent chunk, but it still is probably above half of its health. Pretty
Okay.
hardy. You said, what was the other stuff you want me to tell you?
Resistances and vulnerabilities.
Resistances: fire, lightning, thunder,
Oh,
bludgeoning,
son of a
piercing,
bitch.
and slashing from non-magical weapons.
Fuck.
Immunities:
Ah.
acid, cold, poison, and psychic.
Oh, okay, never mind. Fire was the right choice.
Yeah, well.
Do you learn
Okay.
condition
Fire or cold?
immunities?
What?
Did it just say immunities in general?
It said immunities in general, resistances, and vulnerabilities.
Okay, condition immunities: it cannot be charmed, frightened, or poisoned.
Fuck. Alright, well, that's great. I'm going to shoot it with my lightning fucking gun. That's something I have.
Okay.
It didn't have any vulnerabilities?
Apparently
It
not. Did...
does not have vulnerabilities.
There's
Well,
some-
fuck us.
I'm gonna use another lucky point because this is fucking stupid.
What was it?
It was a 4.
Okay.
But she's using a lucky point,
Okay,
so it doesn't count.
that's true.
Yeah, Jason.
I'm just checking.
off. Are you? Okay. Does the 17 hit?
What's
That's
that?
not bad.
Does the 17 hit?
17's good.
Now that I wasted a lucky point for a 3, yeah.
A 17 hits. Which one you shooting at?
Sorry, the one right here.
Okay, okay.
Jesus Christ.
And
What the fuck?
I'm done.
What is P damage?
Piercing, maybe?
Then what's the 10 physical?
That's psychic.
Psychic?
Oh shit! Just like railgun indeed. Holy fuck!
It's immune to the psychic damage.
Piss off.
I'm assuming your weapon is magical?
Thunder Cannon's attacks are magical. I'm pretty sure.
We'll say that it is. So it's gonna take the 22 and the 14 for 36 damage.
Holy shit!
A
Don't let-
pulsing sound comes from Amryn's large two-handed rifle as she blasts into the creature. A electric pulse veers across the side, Aesop, as it tears into the half of the body of the creature. A spatter of this gross black substance sprays the ground behind it, the green tendrils behind slapping the areas where it fell.
Don't let Rinkaz get a hold of that weapon.
The creature stumbles a bit, almost falling over, missing an arm. Anything else, Amon?
No.
Okay. Ileona.
So basically I can't really do much to it, right?
I mean, you can double strike stuff, so even though it's got some resistances,
Oh, I
you
forgot
can
to
still
double
put
strike
in your
before.
damage to these things.
Okay. I'll at least try to put some damage in. Since Sun Kong is next to this one, I'm gonna do sneak attack.
Okay.
That's a 18.
The hits.
Okay, give me 1 second to add all this up. $16 damage for the first shot.
Okay.
Whew, 1 off of a 20. And then to hit 26, which
It
I know
hits.
hits.
Yep.
And then 5 more damage. So I don't even remember what I said a second ago. And
I've been
5 more damage.
Yeah, I've been punching it.
Okay.
Okay. It is looking pretty damaged, but still standing.
Okay.
Glace, you are up.
Lasse is gonna move back here and use her Mantle of Inspiration. If anybody wanted to move, except for this is gonna affect everyone except for Jira and Amryn. If anyone wanted to move closer to me, they can, without opportunity attacks. But other than that, you guys are gonna gain 2d8 temporary hit points.
Oh hell yeah!
Yes.
Daddy the
Very
juice.
nice. Very nice.
Temporary hit points. That's what? Okay, all right. You guys get 4 hit points.
Ah,
It's better than nothing.
yeah, definitely.
And fuck. I guess I'm gonna do.
If Amryn wants to move towards you, I can move into the space that she vacated. Yeah.
Let's see. I will do. Fairy Foyer, I think.
That's a good one.
It's a 20-foot cube. I guess we'll put it like right here, so it hits both these babies. Hopefully.
Okay.
They have to actually fail a DC 16 Dexterity saving throw.
Okay, the one on the left, 21.
Oh,
The one on the right, 18.
fuck these guys! Holy shit!
Jesus, come on.
Well, I hope you guys enjoy the 4 measly hit points you get. I'm done.
Hey, that's better than nothing. Aesop will take every point of health he can get, because then he
Agreed.
can spend it on other shit.
All right, Rinkaz. Was that everything, Glace?
Yep.
Okay, Rinkaz, you're up.
You said it's immune to acid.
Correct.
Fuck me. I need to find like a Shinto priest or something to bless my goddamn weapons. One of them. Even the acid shots, the only magical shots I have any of, don't work on him. If Sun Kong wasn't there, I'd just shove a damn grenade down his throat.
He's pretty damaged.
Yeah, the one in front of Sun Kong is like huge chunks blown out of it.
I continue to blow chunks then.
Okay.
Don't blow chunk.
Oh no! Oh.
Hey guys! It's like I can still hear him now.
Oh no!
19 hit.
19 hits.
I assault it with my gun and profanities for 6.
Okay. Shot rings out, striking it.
Does it take psychic damage from my offensive words?
It is, unfortunately, not phased by your psychic damage.
It's immune to psychic.
Shit, then I'm gonna take a second attack at it.
Okay.
For 8 total.
Another shot rings into it. The creature is looking badly damaged.
I grumble and continue to swear. I
guys
swear
are-
in Draconic too.
You guys are getting the sense that these creatures are powerful. Sun Kong, you're up.
Alright, let's try this again. Huzzah! 17 hit. Right? Yeah.
Yes.
Alright, so the damage for that will be 7. And let me just mark down, I'm gonna use a key point so I can do flurry of blows and get 2 bonus attacks here.
Nice, nice.
So first one, 10 misses, I'm assuming, right?
10 does miss, yes.
And the second, ooh, yes, 22. And so that is 6 damage.
What
And
does it look like when
then-
you kill it?
Ooh, yes. I just want to do like a spin kick into like its midsection and just watch it like dust or mist away or whatever. Wow.
You cut it in half. Chunks already blown from its body. It falls to the ground lifeless.
Alright, let's. So I still have my second attack. So 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30, 40.
Oh, hello.
Hello, friend. 40, 45,
Oh,
50. Oh, well.
fucked up.
I need you to make
Khan
a
doesn't remember.
dexterity
Don't-
saving throw if you don't mind.
Yeah.
20, 20,
Oh,
20.
9.
9!
One of the tendrils swings by, catching you for 5 slashing damage. Or no, sorry, acid damage.
Alright. Alright, so but I'm still gonna attack this.
Sure,
boy.
sure.
Huzzah! Yes! 21 hits.
That hits.
So my flurry of blows is still active, so that's 10 for the first hit. First
Jeez.
bonus hit, 19.
Holy
Hits
shit.
it. 6, and then my last bonus hit, 14 hits it? No, right?
That
Misses.
does not, no.
Yep, okay, that's what I thought.
What was the
Alright, so yep,
total for that? 16?
16, yes.
Okay. A solid amount of damage.
Magic too, so fuck you,
Yes.
take all of it. Take my shit, bitch!
Anything else,
Oh.
Sun Kong?
Stop it.
I already used the key point, so I'm good. That's it.
Imran,
What?
the two above you look past the others and look your way.
Like they know me? Like they are.
Like, you owe him money.
What is that about?
You hear chattering whispers begin to emanate from them. I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh.
Shit. They coming after you, Captain?
I think I have something for this, but my spell slot, my spell sheet's so big. Well,
How come Bailey gets 2 characters? I want
know, I
2
feel-
characters.
I feel bad. I'm
I
sorry.
want 2 characters.
At the end of this adventure, she may have one.
Oh, shit.
No. I'm looking at something here. I'm sorry. I don't think just sorry.
It's okay. Make sure to figure Amarin out.
I just.
Before I kill her.
You want to find out what your guy can do. Or girl.
Fuck, this sucks. Okay, I got I got a 7.
Okay. Cameron, you lock eyes with the one on the left. And you remember seeing in the stars years ago a breach tearing in, a tendril pushing through. The thought sends your mind racing, and you feel as though you're going to have a panic attack. You are frightened.
Ooh.
God damn it, Jason.
You feel like this creature has cast some type of spell on you.
Uh-oh. I know I have something for this. You guys see Aaron freaking out. But I know I have something for this, so I'm just gonna look.
So, yeah, I guess keep looking.
The other one above Sun Kong tries to whip one of its tendrils at him for a 16 versus AC.
Oh god, of course it matches.
Nice. It strikes you with a ribbon-like slash of its tendrils for 6 piercing damage and 13 psychic damage.
Halved
Halved,
the
yes.
resistance. Woo! So 7? So that's 6 or 7? Rounded up, down, I forget. No, it's 6, right?
It'd be 6 because 13.
Yeah, okay, 6. So 6 and what was the piercing?
6 as well, so 12 overall.
Oh, so 12. Okay. 21, 20, 19. 19 HP, boys! Woo!
As it does this, it hasn't removed looking towards Amron's way. And Sun Kong, as you're sort of blocking this blow that strikes you, as you look in front of you, the creature is gone. And with a puff, it now stands next to you, Amron.
Oh, he got behind me. Oh.
It is done. Inviti, you're up.
Alright. I would like to...
A black, shifting, blurry humanoid form stands between you guys.
Is shift a thing? Can I do that?
Nope.
Nope, not anymore.
As Luke was mentioning, though, you can use your action to disengage, but that is your action, so it's a bit of a tough call.
Oh. No, it's in melee range, so I can't really cast on. Right, that's a rule. Like, you get penalties for casting in melee range.
If it requires an attack roll, you have disadvantage.
Yes.
If it's a saving throw, there's no penalty.
Oh, okay.
If you do something that makes it have to do a saving throw, that doesn't count.
Alright then. Yeah, that's not what I wanted to do, but I'll do it. Can I do... Yeah, I'll do another Sacred Flame on this one.
Sacred Flame.
Dex saving throw again.
Well, it rolled pretty low, 13.
Okay. Where do I calculate that on mine?
What?
What do
You
you
should
mean?
just have something that it's supposed to be.
Yeah, you should have a spell save DC on your sheet, like above your spell list.
Saving throw DC, it's my attack modifier on my spells.
There's a bar on the top of your spell list that should
Mhm.
say what your DC is.
DC 15 saving throw DC.
So it failed.
So it's gonna take 2d8s of radiant.
Well, it
Roll high, boy.
doesn't have any resistances or immunities to radiant, so that's good.
Let me set up macros.
A brilliant flash of light as flames cover the creature.
Nice.
12.
Nice. Flames lick up the creature's body as you kind of cover it. It's fire.
And then as a bonus action, I would like to cast a healing light on Sun Kong since he's very, very low.
Nice.
So I get Hong Kong's gonna have 21 HP stored.
Damn.
Wait a minute, I get healed 21?
Yes.
Holy shit! Awesome.
Wow, you rolled really good on that. Fuck.
Good to
That's
have
amazing.
a dedicated healer in the party.
Holy
So that's
shit.
one of my 2 rolls.
Not
for
not
heal.
to downplay Glacé, but
Appreciate everything Glacé does, but I'm 1 HP away from now.
it's always
Nice.
good to have more people who can heal.
Yeah, healing's real good.
And that will be my turn. As the thing got hit with some light damage.
Sure. You hold your ground there.
Yeah.
Aesop, you're up.
Ah! Oh, this thing came from behind me, sorry.
Kill it, Aesop, kill it!
Alright, I'm gonna hit it with my rapier. 17 to hit.
That hits.
8 piercing damage, 4 fire damage. And I'm gonna hit it again with my rapier. 21 to hit.
That hits.
13 piercing damage, 3 fire damage.
Holy shit. The Oh, that's pretty good damage. A solid couple strikes into it. Aesop. It's beginning to look pretty damaged, similar to the one next to the dancing moat above you.
That's all I got this turn, folks. They can teleport, so there's no real point in me moving.
That's what I thought.
Jira, you're up.
Bite him. Bite him.
Yeah, and bite. It's just he doesn't really have any HP, so I get nervous about him being.
Yeah, you can always unsummon him if you need to.
Yeah, I could.
Or have him fucking just get the fuck out of dodge.
Can he fly and not take a attack? Is that allowed?
He can fly, but he will still incur an attack of opportunity if the creature chooses to do so.
Gonna get murked. I can't.
You can have him take the disengage action because he gets an action.
That's true
Does,
as well.
yeah. All right. I'd like to do that. Just like to keep him away from everything.
A tendril whips towards Jira, but Jira sort of swirls, doing a barrel roll in the air, dodging the strike.
Do a barrel roll!
Use the boost to get through.
Can I put it right there, please?
That's good. Alright, Jira's out of harm's way, for now, it seems.
For now, yeah. Thank you.
Anything else from Jira?
No, he's trying to stay away from everything and
Alright.
keep everybody in front of him.
Amarin, a swirl of nightmares fills your mind. You're up.
Ooh.
What happens when I'm feared? What do I do? Mechanically, what does it affect me?
5e frightened.
You can't move willingly closer to the source of your fear, and when you can see it, you have disadvantage on, I think, basically everything.
Okay,
Let's see.
A frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight, and the creature, you can't willingly move closer to it as Legion.
Okay, right. Well, Amarin's shaking in her boots, and she's going to use
You know the one that
Allies.
casts this on you is right here.
Okay. I'm going to use overwhelming attack. So 5 allies I can see use their reaction to take the attack action with me choosing the targets. Fuck. Okay. Well, can I attack other creatures when I'm frightened by this guy?
Yeah, you can attack either one of them.
Okay.
You just
Then,
have disadvantage.
I'll do that. I'll have Aesop attack him with his reaction. I'll have Beatty attack this guy up. Well, is Beatty gonna get ganked by this guy here if he casts a spell?
No.
Well,
no,
he's-
he's far enough away.
And he's using
Okay.
the attack option, right? Or are
Yeah,
you
so
giving him an
when he
attack?
Moves away.
He's using his reaction to attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
That
so
is
I
a
will-
weapon attack, or is it a spell? Well, I get to use
Standard
it.
attack, I think.
It's just you
What's
get
the ability?
overwhelming attack.
Okay. Well, I don't think I hit. It's an 11 to hit.
That does not hit, unfortunately.
Oh.
I wish I could hit.
Okay, and VD will attack this guy here.
Just like with him.
With an attack action? What is that? I mean, it's the attack action, that's all it says.
Then-
Oh, we get the attack action?
Yeah,
that means
let's-
we can do double attacks.
Yeah,
and
that's
shit.
very different. That's not. It would state like melee attack, but an attack option means they get to use an attack option, like anything they want.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
fucking
sick.
sick. That's not a spell cast though. It still is like a normal weapon attack.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's
I can do
get,
that then, right?
I get to do my double attack, so
Oh, nice.
yeah, 22 to hit,
That hits.
How
11
far does
piercing and 3 fire. What was that?
How far does that affect? Does that affect me?
Anyone I see, but it doesn't say you guys can. It just says you can do the attack action.
That's fine. If I can do one of my attacks, I can do my keyway.
I
Oh,
tell
fuck
Sun
yeah.
Kong. Yeah, I'll tell Sun Kong to fuck. This, if he can see him. Is this thing
Yeah.
anywhere?
No, you can fire across to hit him.
Alright, let's see. To hit the key wave. Oh,
That
yes.
means-
Was that your roll 20, Sun Kong?
Yeah, to hit.
Yeah, that hits. Sorry.
Excellent. And hold on. I'm going to use, I can use 3 key points, so that's what I will do.
And we're gonna wrap up this combat and we'll end the session. And then
And
we're on.
it's already-
Ilana gets to as well, right?
Yeah.
Everyone that I can see.
Holy shit. So Glosse too then.
Killer.
Well, five people I can see.
Okay.
You can give my attack to somebody else then, if it's. It's
I got
weapon.
a natty 20, boy.
Oh my god!
Cool. Can you roll me a D10,000, please?
How do you guys keep getting all these 20s?
I don't know.
My
I would,
Larger
have
metallic
told
knives.
Ilana, I would have told Ilana to attack the one that is frightening me.
Oh, I would have attacked the one that's closest.
I mean,
well,
I'll let you do that if you want.
But yeah,
My
if you're
total
gonna tell
damage,
me-
by the way, is 11.
I don't know if I could see that other one that's frightening you, to be honest, because
You'd have
of
like
the
half
range.
cover or something.
Okay,
Mm,
whatevs.
So Sun Kong, you
11
channel
damage
your
total.
key and blast into the one across from you for 11 damage. So let's mark that down. As well as that, it needs to make a Constitution saving throw. It fails.
Yay!
Cameron, the feelings of this nightmarish vision in your mind begins to remove itself. And then we'll move down to Iliona's 609 crit hit.
Yeah.
So that's good because Sun Kong already helped you out there. So then Iliona can attack the one that's close by you guys.
Okay. So the 609 is for the 20 I rolled.
So this is just a random effect that happens. Iliona, you look at your skin as you ready your crossbow.
Oh no.
And you have this feeling in your mind that, at least for now, in this weird place, whenever you choose, you can turn your skin matte black.
Whoa. That sounds kind of cool.
Turns black, shoots her by mistake.
I wanna.
Oh! Oh!
I wanna. I want my skin to be black right now.
Iliona turns
and I'm gonna
an
roll.
even darker shade than usual as you guys kind of look on with a weird look. So now your normal crit damage.
There's that plus
Shit. Even halved, that's pretty
29.
fucking strong.
29, 35, 40.
Nice.
What the fuck?
And
What is it?
then,
What does it look like
if
when you
you-
kill it?
oh, okay. It fucking, I don't know. I shoot it in the face, I guess.
It
Whatever face it
falls
has.
over, jittering still, and then finally becoming motionless on the ground.
I could do my second attack, but I don't know if I could see that guy.
It would have half cover, but you could still take a pot shot.
Okay. Yeah, why not? I might get another 20.
Let's see, 5e half cover. What is that?
I think it should say on the bottom of our pages.
Half
cover's
cover is a
plus
+2
2.
bonus to AC. Okay, so I mean it doesn't get a huge bonus.
20, but not natural 20.
That still hits. You like point your crossbow at a weird angle, and everyone watches as the bolt bounces off the piece of doorway here, and still using your skill strikes the creature over here.
That's 9 damage.
9!
Nice. The creature seems to be barely standing on its last legs. Anything else, Amryn?
I use my bonus action to reload my gun. I'm done.
Ileona,
Now it's actually your turn.
you're up.
I'm fucking ready. Okay, I want to move up so that way I can actually get better sight.
Yeah,
on him.
move up. Yeah, move up right there. I'm gonna go ahead and ask for
Oh,
a
shit.
dexterity saving throw.
That one doesn't look as close as the other one does. This should be fine. It's gotta be over a 20. 26.
Yeah, you're fine. You see it whip your way and quickly sort of like throw a leg up to dodge out of the way.
Okay. This is 19.
That hits.
Against AC. That's 10 damage, and then if he's still alive, I can do my second attack.
Oh my god, just destroy him.
Oof, I don't know if this one hit 16.
That just meets.
Yeah.
And that's another 9 damage.
What does it look like when you kill this one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to shoot him in the dingus.
His shadowy dingus.
A bolt lands right in the creature's void-like crotchal region. It makes no motions as if it's severely hurt, but it does crumple over jittering to the floor. Even doing half damage, Ileona was still able to put in some work, taking out the remaining 2 for you guys. Along with Amryn's help and everyone making sure to look after one another. The immediate threat of these weird creatures, these aberrant humanoids, just kind of strange. I mean, you remember that most things from the Far Realm don't really have like a humanoid shape. They're like just these weird alien-like creatures. So to see ones that have a humanoid form is a bit strange. But the secrets... It is a very weird place. A weird and wild place. We'll find out more next session, everybody.
Do I notice any other changes from the first D10,000 I rolled?
Well, the first-
You
the other
do
three
not
that I-
know. Not yet.
My cane's still on fire.
So
Am I still breathing smoke every now and then?
vapors still emanate from your nose when you
Vape
speak
sneak.
Sun Kong.
Should I write this down for next week, or are you gonna remind me?
I would say write it down because you also feel like you know exactly what these vapors are. You know what these tendrils are
I know
behind you.
everything.
You know what this weird alien architect around here is. You're omniscient, man.
Cool. That was
Yes,
fun.
I hope you guys had fun. We'll wrap it up here. You guys will continue exploring this twisted geometry that makes up the cave next time to hopefully find this breach within and close this portal that seems to have opened up down here somewhere. There's a lot of fun stuff that I'm excited to see you guys run into next session, so look forward to it, and I hope to see you guys all next week.
I'm sure everything will be fine.
Everything will always be fine.
Alright guys, bye. Bye.
Peace.
Bye.
Good game.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for watching Commander Root, Cute Heel Girl, Electric Longboard, Land
Thank
Fusion,
you.
Kevin, MRXP3R7, my buddy Surge, I don't know who that is, the Stray Cast, Thank you all for watching. Don't forget, you guys
Yeah.
are earning points as you watch. Take a look at the details on our Twitch page. You
Use your
can,
points from me.
yeah, you can do cool stuff. You can buy inspiration for
You
the
know you love
characters. You can buy them weird bits. You can buy inspiration for me, the DM, to use on who I choose,
Don't
whether
do
it's an
that.
ally of the party or an enemy.
Don't trust Jason.
You build up enough stuff, you can actually even create your own PC with me or name a character in this world. So take a look at that stuff. There's a
Well-
lot of neat stuff where you can interact with us, provided you build up enough points. I lowered some of the point buy stuff, so it's a little bit of a easier entry fee to start interacting with us. So hope you all had fun. Follow if you'd like, but otherwise, thank you all, and I will see you next week.
See ya.
Bye.
Thank you.